Hello, I'm Claire Louise Hay from BeHealing.com, and this is a bonus read, pick a card read again for my midweek bonus read. And so this one is past, present, future. Now, all of these reads are very different. The crystal, the flower, and the shell. So which do you choose? I'm going to go in this video, I'm going to go into your past and your present. So the last couple of weeks, and then what's going on for you right now, why it's all happening. Quite long, these readings. And then in the deeper dive, and so if they do resonate with you, the one that you choose, then you're going to want to book in for that deeper dive, because then it's going to go into the future, the stuff that's coming in for you to give you that information. That's a written version of it. It's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars if you want that. And so which do you choose? The crystal, the flower, or the shell? The choice is yours. Now, as always, I'm going to put the links to the timestamps so you can jump ahead to your reading, the crystal, the flower, or the shell, both in the description box for this video and in the comments as well. So I hope you enjoy your reading. I hope you get a lot out of it. And if you do want to book in for that deeper dive, you will find it in the description box below. You'll also see some things popping up there as well. To book in for that at the end of each reading. So I hope you enjoy your reading, and I will see you next time. Bye. So for those of you that chose the crystal, this one is for you. Let's get your cards out. So I'm going to do the past, the present, and the future. It's just going to be the past and present that's in this video reading. The future, you'll get that in the extended version, which is a written version of it, right? So that's called a deeper dive. That'll pop up at the end of this reading. If this is resonating with you, you want to book in for that. So let's see what's going on in your past. Let's get a couple of tarot cards out first for you from the Muse Tarot. For our crystals, what has gone on in the past? You know, this is just the past couple of weeks, maybe a month or so, just to make sense of what's been going on and why it's been going on for you. So let's see, what has been going on in crystals past? I will be having past, present, future half-price sale the weekend after I'm publishing this. So check that out on my website, BeHealing.com. If you do want a private past, present, future reading from me, you can find that on my website. Every weekend you can find out what the half price sale is on my website, BeHealing.com. Also, if you sign up for my mailing list on there, you get $5 off. You get a coupon code that gets you $5 off your orders. So definitely go do that. What's the past for crystals? Come on, cards. Speak to us. Speak to us. What has been going on for crystals? There we go. Oh, nice. 2 cards. You got the Fool. Let's pop that there. And the 10 of Materials. Oh, nice. That's really nice energies. I'll pick all the cards out and then get into the full reading. Present, Knight of Materials. What else for the present for our crystals? It's a little bit dark in here. Maybe I should have put the light on. Or maybe the ambient lighting is nice. Another Knight. Wow, Knight of Inspiration here. And what about the future? What's coming? What's coming up in the next couple of weeks for our crystals? What are the energies that are coming in? Why are they going to be going through this stuff that's coming in, more importantly? There we go. It's the first card and the second card for your future there. Right, let's get some more tarot out. This is the Light Seers by Chris Anne. Again, let's get a couple out. If you don't like watching the shuffling and the cards come out, you're very welcome to Ace of Pentacles to just fast forward. Fast forward through it. What else in the past for our crystals? Whoa. Okay, that's way too many. What else in the past for our crystals? Once I've got all the cards out, we'll be going through them and getting clarifiers as well from my little inner self guidance cards. To paint a full picture for you here, I want to give you a good one, especially because it's the past, present, future, you know. I find these readings are very powerful because it makes us make sense of it, you know, when we see the bigger picture of why we went through something and then what's going on now, especially, it just, yeah, it allows us to let go of things easier. It allows us to make sense of it, you know, and get the lessons as well. Maybe you've been missing the lessons. Also, the Two of Cups for the past. Present, the moon. Interesting energies of the present for you crystals. 2 nights in the moon, wow. Another one for the present for our crystals. What is going on for our crystals at the moment, apart from this emotional time? Ooh, the Knight of Wands, I like that. And the future. What's coming up for our crystals? Whee! What's coming up for the crystals in the near future? There we go. It's another one. Very interesting energies that you guys have got. Very interesting. Right. Colette Baron reads Spirit Animal deck. Let's get a card or however many want to come out. There you go. 2. You got the Bobcat Spirit and you've got the Peacock Spirit as well. That's for the past. Oh, nice. Present. Okay, well, so I've picked these out. I'm going to, from this deck, before I pick any more cards out, I'm going to do the reading. And then get more of the cards out to clarify from all of these other decks that I've got. In your present, you've got Brown Bear Spirit. Very interesting energies for the present that I'm picking up from this. It's like, I don't know, it's like rushing forward, but then taking time out too. It's like push-pull kind of thing that you've got going on at the moment, if that resonates with you. What else have you got going on in the present? Whee! Okay, Dolphin Spirit. And for the future, you've got 3 of them here. That's what's coming in. Okay, so let's get reading this. So the past, you've started off with the Fool in the past, and so you've been taking it's like a leap of faith. You're moving towards something new. You've been changing things up. You've taken a risk. You've stepped forward. See how she's stepping forward there. It's kind of stepping forward into the unknown, starting a new adventure, starting a new journey. That's what you've been doing. So maybe there's been some endings for you in the further back past, and it's required you to start something new now. So whether this is a new relationship, could be because you've also got the 2 of Cups here, a new job or a new business, very well could be because you've got the Ace of Pentacles here as well. But it came out with the 10 of materials here. So that suggests to me that you've been having a lot of manifestations coming in, and maybe something came to fruition. That's what I'm feeling here. Something came to fruition because 10s are like completions, you know. It's like something manifests. You came to the end of a project. Something went really well. It could be the end of a relationship, right? Because a successful relationship isn't necessarily one that lasts forever. It's just when we know ourselves better, when it's the end of that cycle, when we've learned all that we need to learn from that person, or when we're embarking on a new journey. So this very well could be the culmination of a romantic relationship, or the culmination of a business or a project within that business. It's manifested all that it can manifest, and then it's time to move on into something new. So I feel like what's been happening in the past is a completion of something. Something's manifested all that it can manifest. You've gone as far as you can go with that, and then you're embarking on this new journey. Now, this new journey, these are amazing cards. You've got the Two of Cups, so that's two people coming together in love. And this could be about self-love too. This could be about you loving yourself. But generally, no, it's about love. It's about two people coming together. Really beautiful card, about a love offer, that one. And you've also got the Ace of Pentacles, and this could be anything, right? Because this is very, very good energy. You see that pentacle there? It's got roots growing from it. It's got little shoots coming up from it. And so it's already started growing. It's the start of things. It's already started growing. But this is the card saying it's just the start of things. You've got to nurture it. Now you've got to look after it. You've got to keep on putting the work in, that kind of thing. So I'm still feeling like it could be relationships for a lot of you crystals. It's now's the time to, when someone asks you out or when a relationship begins, that's not the end point, right? Then it's not plain sailing from there, is it? That's when the real work begins. So I think that if this is a new relationship for you that has started recently, then the work is having to be put in now. And so maybe you've got past that romantic honeymoon kind of phase where you're only seeing the benefits, and you've started to see not some of the drawbacks, but just some of those things that you have to work on, maybe getting to know each other, or changing your communication style up, or just that kind of thing. It's nothing bad at all, just work needing to be happened. Now you've got Bobcat Spirit here as well, which says life is a mystery. And so I'm feeling like this ending, this Ten of Materials ending that's caused you to have this new beginning in the recent past. Hopefully it's making sense to you why that happened, why you had to have that ending, because of this new thing that's come in for you already. It says life is a mystery because, your higher self, it always knows the big plan. It always knows what you want, even more so than you do, because you know what you want in your mind, but you don't necessarily know what you want in your heart. You're not necessarily remembering all the things that you've ever wanted throughout your whole life, but your higher self knows that. Your higher self remembers it all. And so life is a mystery. And sometimes, this new path that you're on, this new relationship or this new business, whatever it is that you're on now that you've started recently, it's going to bring you manifestations of things that you've even forgot about. Have you ever done that? Have you ever wished for something and then a few years later you get it and you'd completely forgotten that you wished for it years ago, but then it shows up? That's because your higher self never forgets. It's placed in your heart, and things manifest so much more easily when we let them go, right? And so when you forget about it, it's the best way to manifest things. Now you've also got the Peacock Spirit here, let it shine. I'm getting from this, it's like, when you start a new relationship or when you start a new business and you're feeling great, you're feeling empowered, you're feeling really confident, that's the energy that you've had. So that's really beautiful energy there. Really beautiful energy. A little bit of a show-off kind of energy here, but it's all good. I mean, it's great when someone's feeling confident in themselves. And look at the peacock's heart shining out there as well. Or is it throat? I don't know. I kind of felt like it's heart, but it's actually in its throat, isn't it? But I feel like that's its heart shining out there. And so it's like you being center stage, yet it still is on the beginnings. Still is only the beginnings. So let's get another card out. This is, I can't remember, Denise Lynn, I think. Anyway, all the decks that I'm using in this reading, they're detailed in the description box below. What has been going on for you in the past? You've been taking action. A lot of action being taken here, and so it feels like you've been moving forward on something. Relationship, business, you'll know which one it is for you. And the reason that it could be either of them, really, that I'm picking up on is it's because you're all different, right? Now you've all picked crystal. Some of you might have been in the past, in like further back past, being focused more on relationships, and now it's time to get in balance by focusing more on your coin and your business and your career, that kind of thing. And then some of you might be the opposite way around too. So it is on an individual basis. Let's get another card. What has been going on for you? Right, diligence. So action and diligence, right? So you have been this Ace of Pentacles energy. You have been taking that action, making sure that you're nurturing it, that little plant, so it grows. So it grows into something that you really want. Watering it, tending to it, making sure it's got the nutrients that it wants in the soil and all of that stuff. So that's really good. Really good. Yeah. What else? This is Rebecca Campbell's What You Like deck. So it feels like to me, Crystals, you've had a really good time of it in the last. I think you've been working hard. Yeah, I think you have been working hard on a relationship. Got 3 out. Working hard on a relationship, putting that work in, or a project, business project for some of you. Wow. This is like the peacock. This is a pillar of light. Your vibration is rising. You are the oracle. So some of you are healers, and this is what you've been working on. Really shiny, shiny energy that you've got at the moment, or that you have had in the last couple of weeks. Play too. So you've been having fun, not being so serious, celebrating things. You've had good stuff happening. You guys that have picked the crystals, you have had been good, really good stuff happening. You've got Imrama too. Where are you being called to journey to? This is the Fool card again. So there is a new beginning that's happened for you, and it's very much aligned with where it is that your higher self knows that you want to go in life. And so this relationship, the new business thing, whatever it is exactly aligned with where you're headed in life. So we're talking about life purpose kind of stuff now. That relationship that's the perfect one for you, or leading you to that perfect one for you, or the business idea, you know, that your career thing that's just heading you in the right direction completely. Really nice energies. What's going on for you now? Yeah, very mixed bag in the present, but let's keep on with the past with Colette Baron Reid's Wisdom of the Oracle deck here. What else have you had going on? What has it all been about? Here we go. Chaos and conflict. Now, that doesn't seem like it matches the rest of this. I'm going to pick some cards out to clarify that. Chaos and conflict. What is that about? So it hasn't all been plain sailing for you. Why chaos and conflict? Okay, right. You got expansion and gentle okayness here. So chaos and conflict because there were some things that needed tweaking. So this is just for some of you when that chaos and conflict has happened. So if it's a new relationship, maybe, you know, there's been a few hurdles to get over, maybe people from the past or people getting jealous about it, you know, just something that makes you feel, maybe this isn't right. It's not free flowing. It's not like, it doesn't seem to be, you know, or you know, you expect everything to be, if it's something is in alignment with you, that it's all plain sailing kind of thing. But this is suggesting it hasn't been all plain sailing, but it's saying be okay about it, because when it's not, when we get these hurdles, it's because we've got greater things. It's like another step up. Yeah. So say within a relationship, if an ex comes in and gets jealous and starts causing trouble or something like that, and it seems like a bit of a hurdle, but it actually brings you closer, because then you have to communicate it with each other, and you have to communicate how you're feeling about that, if it's their ex that's doing it, and you know how it's making you feel, what you want them to do, that kind of thing. And so you actually get an expansion from it. You're actually growing from there. So any chaos and conflict that's come up was just to get you to step up that little bit further. If it was a business thing, then the same, you know, maybe there was just a little bit more to learn, but it's not holding you back from this new opportunity that you've got, this new beginning that you've got. You didn't need to wait to learn those things. It's just like a little bit of chaos and conflict then. Interesting. Let's get one of these out. This is Wild Unknown Archetypes. One or two of these for your past. And we always get expansion, you know, that the contrast, the negative things, they are always the stuff that moves us forward. Wow. You've got the Starborn. As I said, this is suggesting to me, you know, this egg here, this is like the Fool card. It's the new beginning, but it's a new beginning that you were always meant for. Yeah. I'm getting very fated energies from this new stuff that's happened in the past couple of weeks for you. And so definitely don't give up on this. You know, if it's a new relationship, if it's a new project, don't give up on it. Keep on nurturing it. Keep on nurturing it, because especially if you've had that chaos and conflict. Don't give up on it, because it is actually meant for you, or it's moving you toward what is meant for you. It's a very important one for you, whether it is a relationship or a business thing. The temple you've got as well. Now, again, I'm getting really similar energies from this, that it's bringing it to you, to the center of you. Like the temple is you, it's your heart, it's your soul. That's your temple. You know, we're not talking about religions now, we're talking about spirituality. When you have your own connection with your higher self, you have your own connection with the universe. And this, it's got a lot of fate in it. It's got a lot of life purpose kind of stuff in it, whether it's a relationship or a job. It's moving to you toward yourself, being more of yourself. So wow, they are really good energies. Let's get another couple of tarot cards out. This is the Beautiful Creatures Tarot for your past. Got Judgment. A bit of a glare there. Yeah, Judgment. So this is opportunity. You guys, you've been having good stuff going on. Very, very good stuff. She's holding a frog there. So new opportunities coming in. I do feel like the universe is gifting you something, because the timing has been right to move you forward on that fated journey, on your life purpose journey, for sure. Okay, got two more out there. Let's see what, see what they are. Five of Wands, rivalry. Okay, so there has been a bit of contention. Let's get some clarifiers for that. Just clarifying the negative ones. Positive ones speak for themselves, right? You know, a lot of these cards have all been about the same thing. Okay, the rivalry. Interesting. This is what the rivalry has been about, that Five of Wands energy. So that chaos and conflict, you know how I was picking up that it could be exes coming in and causing trouble, or community members causing trouble if it's a new relationship. Well, same with a business thing too, just like little things going wrong, niggly things going wrong, and it's really annoying. Well, rivalry is about people, but this is the reason for it. You've got no worries and relax, and so it's for you. This is telling me that you've had a pattern of worry, a pattern of anxiety, and this rivalry has come in as a manifestation of that. And so when you're worried, you're always going to manifest things to worry you even more, right? And so even though you've got something great that's manifesting for you, that shows that the majority of your energy is in alignment. So that means that you're on the same page as your higher self. You're thinking the same way as your higher self. You're feeling the same way as your higher self. You're never going to be 100% there, right? Enlightenment isn't even possible. And so you've had a bit of worry in you. You know, we're all on that scale. Every emotion has got a scale to it, you know. And so, you know, we could either be, you know, like really, really worried, or just a little bit worried. But there's always going to be an aspect of that there, because life is life. We're human beings, you know. And so, yeah, this rivalry has come about just because of that. It's just a manifestation of it, and to relax you more. You know, you can relax because everything else is working out. And so this is like building up your faith muscle, your faith that it's all working out. You can trust it, especially if this is a new relationship. Trust them more than the rivals, for sure. You know, you're trusting them, you're trusting your own heart more than those rivals. Now, I've just been alerted to this one again, this diligence. And so this came out with the action card, right? You've been diligently taking action, but I feel like you've got to be more diligent with your emotional state too. So you've got that relaxation. So really work on that faith. I want to get clarifiers for this diligence card now. What is that? Right, yeah. And so when brilliant things happen to you, when good things come in, you know, sometimes we can get into that, like something bad's going to happen now. Something really good comes in. That's when it's really important to you, right? And you really don't want to lose it. And so that's when you can have these thoughts of like, oh no, this doubt cancels abundance. Oh no, something could happen to this. Something could go really wrong with it. And yeah, so you've got to be diligent with your mind and your emotions, this is saying, because sometimes It's easier to do that when we're just getting whatever, when life just continues on as usual. It's easy not to get elated, it's easy not to get worried and all of that stuff, but then something good happens and it tends to kick in our worry. And so, you've had a little bit of shaky ground that's been manifested just because you're a human being, right? And you've got a mixture of emotions and a mixture of focuses in. So just be aware of that. Just relax more. Soothe yourself when you get anxiety. Trust in your heart more in this relationship or this project that you're working on more than you and the universe and your higher self. Trust in all of that more than you trust in the worry and other people's opinions and stuff like that. Be diligent with what's going on in your mind. Again, soothing yourself. So not berating yourself, not trying to change your mind. Just when those worrying thoughts come in, just give yourself a pat and say, I'm a human being, and this is what happens, especially when brilliant things come in. It's a natural thing to be. It's a natural thing to be. You've also got the Hermit too, so there's been some introspection. Now I'm feeling that this is that rivalry stuff. So you've had to pull away from other people. Now this could have made you feel a bit weird. Especially if it's a new relationship or even if it is a new project too. This is like pulling away from friends and being more of a hermit and spending more time by yourself or spending more time with your new partner. And it makes you feel weird because we always promise ourselves that we're not going to do that, don't we? We're like, no, I'll get into this new relationship or I'll get into this new project, but I'm not gonna let my friendship suffer from that. I'm going to continue on as I was before. It's not going to change me. And then something happens when we're like, no, actually, I do need to pull away. I do need to spend more time by myself. It's getting that balance right. This newness that's happened, you've got to get that balance right. Something's got to give, right? You can't just keep on piling things on in your life. Something has got to be released. Yeah, you've got to make time for it. So if it's a new relationship, you've got to make time for it. Something has got to be released from that. And so this has got to do with that rivalry. So you've felt to pull away from some people, but it's all for your own good. It is all for your own good. So there has been a bit of introspection going on there. Now I just heard for some of you that has been about, am I good enough? Am I good enough for this good thing that's coming in? So there's a bit of worry that's kicking in there. Just watch out for that. Finally, let's get one of these. Can't remember what this is called. Box is over there. I can't see it. Beautiful cards, these ones, though. I love them. But yeah, as I said, all of the cards that I'm using in this reading, they are in the description box below, along with links if you want to purchase them as well. I've put links up there. Right, okay. You got the Stranded card here. I haven't pulled this one out before. Such beautiful imagery on here. Now, stranded, halfway there. You're halfway there. The ship's at the top, the anchor's at the bottom. You're kind of stranded on that branch. How are you going to get up to the top? 44, I've just seen that there's 44. You could be seeing a lot of fours around at the moment. Looking at the clock when it's 4:44, that kind of thing. So I'm just getting from this, you're halfway there. Just as this said, this Ace of Pentacles, something great has happened, but it's not the culmination of it. It's not the 10, it's not the 9 or the 10 where everything is happening. This is you're having to work towards it. You're having to put that work in. And so that's where you've been in your past. Stranded, it's not a bad thing. You're just on your way there. And so watch out if you have been feeling like that, If you've been feeling like you're stranded, if you've been feeling like there's blocks, that kind of thing, don't worry about it. You are headed in the right direction. Let's just pile all of these up. You are headed in the right direction, so don't worry about that. So great energies for the past. Let's get into your present now. Okay, so in your present, make a bit of space. Get rid of the ants. So we start off with a Knight of Materials. This is what's going on for you right now. This is fast forward movement. The Knight of Materials, in fact, the Knight of Materials is like the slowest. It's the slowest moving knight, but it still is a knight, It's that running headlong into something. You want to move forward. You want to move forward fast. So this new relationship or this new project that does come along and that you've started, you want it to speed up. It's like, I want to get to the end already. But life isn't a race, life isn't a race. So this is you wanting to rush toward the end goal, the manifestations from it, whether, you're wanting to rush into marriage, or you're wanting to rush into moving in with somebody if it's a new relationship, or you're wanting to rush into getting that massive success, which is, this is what this is saying. The Night of Inspiration is wanting to rush into that, wanting to get that just have like a lot of passion toward it, So that's the energy that you've got at the moment. It's like a rushing, it's wanting to be at the end line, the finish line. You don't want to be at the finish line. We want to enjoy this relationship. You don't, because what's the end? It's death, or it's the end of something. It actually finishes. Well, why not enjoy it instead? Why not take it slowly and enjoy it? That's what I'm getting for this. And so you're wanting to rush forward. That's because you've got all of this energy, It's a good thing. You've got all of that energy because something new has started. You've been shining brightly. Yes, there's been some, from the past there that we saw, there's been a few little hiccups along the way, but it's all been good. It's all been teaching you. But now you're like, yeah, let's do this. Let's do this. The 2 nights there. The 2 nights energy. But you've also got the moon. So right now you're in this emotional phase. This is a pause. This is why you're getting emotional. You're wanting to rush forward, but things seem to have slowed down. And it's making you feel emotional. And this is because you're not trusting. Remember, I said in the past that you need to trust. You need to trust your heart more. You need to trust your partner more, or this project more. You need to trust your guidance. You need to trust your higher self. You need to trust the universe more than you trust anything else. And anything else can be those manifestations. So the lulls. You're wanting it to go fast. That's why. It's because it's slowed down a little. And this is just to get that balance right, that emotional balance right. So don't let it make you feel like the shoe's going to drop, or it's all going to stop, or the relationship's going to break up, or the project isn't going to work, or you're not going to get what you want. That's why it's rushing. Whenever we have rushing energy, it's because we're not trusting. It's not good energy wanting to rush things. If we were completely trusting in things, we wouldn't want to rush into anything. So you're being held back to get some emotional balance within yourself. With the moon card here. You've also got the King of Wands, right? This is owning that passion, but it's owning that passion in a very balanced way. The kings are the masters, right? They've mastered something. This King of Wands has mastered his passion. Look, he's got the lion behind him now, the strength. He's mastered it. Whether you're a man or a woman, the king is all about mastery of something. So if you've got this knight's energy, wanting to rush, and then you've got this moon energy, oh, things aren't working, why, I'm worried about that kind of thing. That's not mastery, right? Mastery is being at an even keel emotionally, no matter what's going on. Now, I know this from being in business for the last 20 years. If, things go up and down, the flow, that is the flow, right? Flow isn't just like steady like that. It never is. Look in the world around you. The sun goes up and it comes down. The other way around, goes down. And the tides come in and they go out. And it's always like that. It's always cyclical. Yeah, it's always cyclical like this. It's like a waveform. And it's exactly the same because we're a part of nature too. I know sometimes we pretend we're not, but we are. We're a part of nature too. And we have to flow with those rhythms too. And so everything, even if it's man-made, even if we've created it, even if it's like a relationship that we've got, or a business that we've made, it's going to go through these patterns, ups and downs. And so when I started out in business, I was pretty much like everyone else. It goes up and you're like, oh, that's it, I've made it now. It's just going to keep on going up like that. But then it goes down, you're like, oh no, it's terrible. What have I done wrong? And then it goes up, oh yeah, I'm going to make it now. And you're just on this emotional roller coaster until you realize, oh, that's just the way it goes. It just goes up and down like that. And I don't need to freak out when it changes, because it's going to change again. It's going to keep on doing that. Yeah. And so the less that you freak out, the better. Become this master. This is what you're being asked to do at the moment. It's like, yes, you've got this new thing happening, but at the moment you're on this emotional roller coaster, crystals. And this time for you, this present moment for you, it's all about finding that emotional balance so that you're not freaking out. It's like they say, it's really nice to get praise, isn't it? And it's not so nice to get criticized. But when you're impartial to either, when you're not just going like, woo, great, when you're getting praised and kind of relying on that to feel good, and then when you're not letting criticism take you down completely, when either way you're okay about it, that's that emotional stability, and that's what you're being called to now. That's what you're being called to now, this emotional stability. You've got the dolphin spirit here saying this and that are true, this and that are true. The highs and the lows are true, and it's not a problem. It's not wrong. You shouldn't only experience highs. You need that balance. You especially need that balance. You know, relationships and even new relationships, you shouldn't be on a high all the time. That would wear you out, right? Real life has to kick in soon. Yeah. Real life has to kick in soon, and that has to be all right with you. Otherwise, you're going to sabotage that relationship or the business, right? So this and that are always true. The present moment and what's going on for you now is asking you to be a bit more real. Be a bit more real and understand what life is really about. It's about everything, and you have it all within you too. You have everything within you. And life is going to be a mixed bag. It's always going to have everything in it. And when you master your emotional state and you're seeing things clearly, then you're not going to do this rushing in thing. You're not going to get all emotional when it slows down, when it seems to have stopped. So you got the brown bear spirit taking time out. You see, this is making more sense now. When I first picked the cards out, I was like, what? Rushing and stopping? What's this about? It's making sense now. The brown bear spirit, take time out. So you are having to take that time out to get that emotional balance to realize. And hopefully that's a lot easier now for you. Now I've told you that it's about getting this balance. It's about understanding that life is always going to be up and down and up and down and up and down, and that's okay. And you don't need to freak out when it changes. So let's get some more cards out for you. And when you've been taught things like this, it's great. I mean, when I was taught this, I guess when I was taught this emotional balance thing, that would probably be about 5 or 6 years ago. You can't have great things, you can't have great relationships, and you can't have great businesses until you get this lesson. And so when you're being presented with this lesson, it means the universe is saying, oh, crystals, they're almost ready to step up, they're ready for more success, they're ready for a better relationship. And so that thing that you're wanting to rush toward, this is saying, yeah, you will be able to soon, but you won't need to rush, because you'll know. Once you get that emotional stability, you will know that it's all coming, and that you can take it in your stride and you can enjoy that journey. That's what life is all about, right? So let's get another card or so for you in the present. I'll pick out the future ones as well. I don't want to leave the future out. Fulfillment, beautiful. This is about all kinds of fulfillment, not just the material, not just the relationship, but emotional fulfillment. This is about you being grounded in yourself, you being fulfilled within yourself. Am I explaining that right? I'm picking up a very specific thing from this. So we can think of fulfillment as in external stuff, stuff that's outside of us, our money or our success, our achievements, our relationships, and all of that. But that's not really fulfillment, because fulfillment is a feeling that we get inside, and we can have all of these external things happen but not feel fulfilled, right? We could be freaking out, like I said before. If you don't have this emotional stability, this emotional mastery, then you won't feel fulfilled if something good happens, because you'll be trying to make it happen even more. Be grasping for more, and you might not feel fulfilled if stuff isn't happening as well. I mean, that's even more so, isn't it? Very hard to feel fulfilled when stuff isn't happening if we're relying on external. So this is getting you to feel fulfilled no matter what. That's what your higher self wants for you, to feel fulfilled no matter what. Even if someone's praising you, even if someone's criticizing you, even if things are going fast, even if things are going slow, even if things are on a high, even if things are on a low, to feel fulfilled anyway, just to get it that that's what life is. Let's get another one of these out. So you're headed toward really big things. You're being prepared right now for what it is that you want. So you've had a taste of it in the past. It started. You're having to nurture it, but this is part of the nurturing process is for you to get this emotional stability. So you've got that mastery so that you can move forward into it. So relax. You've got the relaxation card here. How beautiful is that? Someone in a hammock. Gorgeous. So relax, make sure you relax into this, relax with those highs and lows, relax with the shake-ups that are happening. Just, yeah, don't react so much. Got a couple of cards out for the future while I'm here. So beautiful energies, really beautiful energies. I'm excited for you. I'm feeling really excited with this this present energy because I can see that it's heading you toward amazing things. The universe always has to teach us that stability before it can put really big things in front of our path. It really, yeah. And you know, looking back, I always thought I was ready. We always do, right? You think you're ready for whatever it is at the moment. Oh, I'm ready for great success. I'm ready for this new relationship. But then how often do we, you know, you get a few years later and you look back and you're thinking, I thought I was ready then. There's no way I was ready. There's no way I was ready. There's another 2 for the future there. How exciting. So, wow, yeah, the future one's going to be amazing. I know it is. So the future is about the next couple of weeks of what's coming in. But let's get back to the present. Fulfillment and relaxation. So be sure to relax about it. The universe is carrying you. Your higher self is always carrying you, always leading you forward toward what it is that you want. Yeah. You've got the leap. You go first, the universe will catch you. Now, you go first. You're the conscious creator. You're the one that's creating this. So you're the one that's got to take action, and then the universe steps in to help you, steps in to play its part, right? So many people, when they learn of the law of attraction, they think it can be the other way around. They think that all the action that they need to take is to wish for something, and then they just wait for the universe. Now, that doesn't work. You've actually got to take action. You're the conscious creator here. You can't just wish for things. You actually need to take action. But as soon as you start taking action towards something, as you will have noticed in the last couple of weeks, then the universe comes and joins you in that. So it's not so much about you leaping or doing something crazy, crashing, and the universe catching you in that way. It's like you take a step forward, the universe takes 10 steps toward you. And so you need to be the first one to make those steps. So this is telling me, even though you're going through this emotional mastery, don't forget to nurture that seed, to keep on going, to keep on taking that action. Yeah. So whether it's that relationship or a new business thing that you're doing, keep on taking the action toward that. Keep on nurturing. Don't let yourself get distracted by the emotional stuff and just do inner work, because then the universe can't take over. You've got to keep on taking that action. You've got to be consistent, right? You've got transformation here. So big things are changing for you. Things are changing at a cellular level, deep healing. I'm getting maturation here. You're maturing. You're becoming this stable king of wands, passionate yet stable, in mastery of it and in mastery of yourself. This actually changes your cells at the DNA level, because when you are calm, when you are like emotionally stable through the highs and lows, when you're seeing reality for what it is, and you're not expecting it all to be sunshine, you're not expecting it always to be daytime and never night, you're not expecting it to be all light and never dark, and you're realizing that the perfection of everything being there, and you're emotionally cool about it now, you're not being triggered by that. That means that you've healed yourself if you've got to that point, for sure. Or we're always on a spectrum of healing too, right? There's always more stuff to heal. But it does change your DNA. Like, just think about it. Think about stress patterns and stuff like that. If you're not stressing out, then your body is going to have a much better time of it. Body really struggles with stress. And when we're in this emotional roller coaster kind of thing, we're in a stress state and our cells find it hard. We've got the epigenetics. It's not so much about our DNA, it's about how our DNA expresses itself. So I've got a couple of cards for the future there. I can pick them up off the floor. They're stuck. Oh, wow. Weird. Okay. Anyway, all of that future stuff is going to go into the extended, the deeper dive. More about the present. We've got 3 cards out here. Yes. Now, this one, go the distance. This is what I was saying. Be consistent. Keep on taking that action. Don't let that momentum dwindle. Don't get too caught up in the inner work. Make sure you're doing that external stuff too. Make sure you're taking that action. Go the distance, A lot of us, we want consistent results. We want a lot of money, consistent money. We want a consistent partner and relationship, but then we forget that we need to be that ourselves. We need to be consistent ourselves if we want consistent results. And so don't forget at the moment to keep on taking that action, even though the majority of you is in this internal transformation, the emotional kind of transformation going on right now. You've also got not for you as well. Now, this is that, in our minds get, when there's a problem, when there's some chaos and conflict or something like that, when something doesn't go smoothly, when something starts going downhill, and our minds say, oh, maybe this isn't right. As I said before, when it seems to be out of flow, and it's like, well, if it's not flowing, does that mean that the universe is saying no to me? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. It's not saying that it's not for you. Let's get some clarifiers for this card. It's not saying that it's not for you. It's saying you get to decide what's for you or not. Yeah, you get to decide that. But it's more about you being emotionally stable and being able to cope with the things that are going to happen. It's like if you believe that the law of attraction will only ever bring you a match to your vibration, even though that there's everything in the world, it'll only bring you people that are exactly the same as you. That's never going to happen, is it? Of course, if you're out and about in the world, you're going to have everybody around you, all of these different types. And so you can't go around going, oh, well, there's a bad person stood in front of me now. No, everything's gone wrong. I must be doing something wrong. This whole relationship and business isn't for me. No. It's not that. And so you've got this I am limitless to clarify and be still and keep quiet. You are limitless. You can choose what is for you. Just because something isn't flowing, that's just the way of the world. As I said, we've got this roller coaster. We've got the cycles. It's never always day and it's never always night. Everything exists, right? And when you get into the flow of that, if you're okay about it, if you're cool, if you can be still, even when things are changing and going up and down, you realize that it's not a sign that it's not for you at all. You've also got exchanging gifts here as well. Beautiful. So this is about reciprocity. It's about reciprocity. Now, what I just heard then, you know how we got this go the distance and this leap, keep on taking that action, keep on taking that action, even though you've got this emotional mastery stuff to go. This is about reciprocity. So it's not just reciprocity between people, it's also reciprocity with the universe too. So you need to keep on taking that action for the universe to keep on bringing things back. If you look at it this way, it's about energy. We've got energy inside of us, right? We've got ideas, we've got our action, we've got our heart energy. We've got a lot of energy inside of us, but we can close down. We can decide to sit at home alone and not give any of that energy out. So we can keep it in if we want and not give it out to the world. And then the world starts holding back from us too, right? So we don't receive so much back when we're in that kind of hermit mode. Or we can keep on giving. We can keep on giving our energy out. We can keep on helping people. We can keep on putting that energy out. And this is what it's asking you to do now. So that you've got that reciprocity, so that you've got that momentum going with the universe. Yeah, keeping things going, exchanging gifts. Beautiful. With cats. It's also about exchanging gifts with other people. So if you've had a hard time receiving from people, this is actually reminding you to keep on giving. Keep on giving. Don't let it stop. Don't let it stop you from giving. Because when it stops you from giving, that means resentment is taking over. But resentment is a really low vibration. I want to get some clarifiers for that too. Exchanging gifts in your present. Yeah, you've got flowing and get support. And so you support and be supported, support and be supported. It's got to be a give and take thing like that. It's got to be a give and take thing. But it's not so much take. Give and receive, a give and receive thing. So keep your mind on reciprocity. I'm not saying, this is definitely not saying you're not giving enough, you've got to give more, because I know a lot of you that follow my channel, because you've got similar energy to me and me in my past. I've had a real problem in receiving over the years, and I'm getting over it now, thank God for that. But it, whenever I heard these spiritual teachings, well, just give more, just be more generous, and I would, and I'd have nothing when I did that, and I wouldn't be receiving a thing back, and it's like, how is this possible? But it's about being in balance, and so this isn't saying you need to be more generous, especially if you've got a problem with receiving. It's saying that you've got to be a little bit smarter and let it flow in the way that it's flowing. And so give to those that are giving back to you. Don't be giving to those that are drains, kind of thing. Just be careful where you're putting your energy. Exchange your gifts with the right people. I'm not saying let it always be like I give to you, you give back to me kind of thing. Only ever give to those that can give you back. But generally, and I know from myself, when I had problems in receiving, I was giving to all kinds of people. People that, like codependent people, people with addictions, people that weren't doing anything good with what I was giving them. And I wasn't necessarily supporting those that were asking for support, that wanted that support, that would do great things with that support and all of that. And so just be careful of that, who it is that you're flowing this exchange thing with. Future. Let's get a couple of these cards out for the future. It's 1 and 2. What else? What else have our crystals got going on right now? So with that I Am Limitless card, it's beautiful. Things are flowing to you, and you're being lifted so much higher. I'm picking up so much faith from this and life purpose. It's like you're really being moved towards something that's really yours. Let's get another card out. It freaks me out, that card. You got the freaky card, crystals. Yeah. Oh, wow. Ooh, nice energies. Oops. Okay, so the first card out here that you've got is the comic. Look how freaky that card is. A cat with its eyes gouged out with, oh. Anyway, this card, even though it's got a freaky picture on it, it's a fun card. It's exactly that, a fun card. It's the Joker in us. It's that light-hearted person. And so as you're going through these trials and tribulations, don't forget to be light-hearted about it too. Also watch out as well if you're the one that just kind of laughs things off. I can do that. When you're feeling anxious, you start laughing, or when you're scared, you start laughing, or you make jokes when really you shouldn't be making jokes. It can be this comic, we see it, don't we, in some people. There could be a comic, and then they'll kill themselves. So it can mask. It can be a mask. This comic can be a mask. So just be careful of that. I want to get some clarity to that, because it doesn't seem to match in with the rest of this reading. Let's see. Yeah. Okay. So no, is this the positive expression of this? It's about being fun. It's about having fun, because you've got to go for it and make love. This make love card is about doing what you love. So make sure you're bringing fun into what it is that you're doing. So this heaviness, this emotional heaviness that could be going on, this emotional work that you're doing, getting this emotional balance at the moment. Don't forget to have a good time. Keep on taking that action, but make sure it's fun action. Now you've also got the Mother card here too. So you're nurturing, you're pregnant with something, you're nurturing it, you're being taken in the right direction. But this, the Mother card, it's a gestational card. It's going to take time. It is going to take time. That rushing energy, these Knights energies, you don't really want to have a premature baby. That's going to cause problems, isn't it? And so don't try and rush things. Don't let your baby be premature. Take things nice and slowly. Let that baby, like she's holding the egg there, the golden egg, let it come out when it's ready. That's the number 1 card as well. You might be seeing a lot of ones lately to show that you're on track. 1 1 1 1 or 1 1 1. Let's get a couple of these cards out for the future. Can't wait to do this future reading because I think you've got amazing things coming. You obviously have, because you're getting prepared. You're getting prepared for something much bigger now. Fate. Something fated. That one. And, oh, you got 3. Okay, let's get some more tarot cards out for you at the present. Wow, this is a long video. So many cards. Okay. You've got 4 here. I'm going to take them all. Queen of Wands, determination. This is saying, yeah, keep on going, be determined. This, again, is so similar to the King of Wands energy. You've got the King and Queen here. Be determined, keep on moving forward toward that mastery, especially of the emotional stuff. Keeping your passion intact, keep on taking action, that kind of thing. Keep on toward that. You've also got the Knight of Wands too. So the Knights are out in this, right? You want things to go fast. Desire, the Knight of Wands. Was it the Knight of Wands that we got out there? No, the Knight of Materials, Knight of Inspiration. Inspiration is Wands, yeah. So you've got this again, the Knight of Wands. That rushing. The desire. You want to have that desire there. You want to have that wand energy there, but you don't want to let it overrun you and have you rush in. Always fall back on your faith, trusting the universe. You've got a Knight of Cups again. So we're ending the reading with the same 2 cards that came out right at the beginning, this rushing energy. And the Knight of Cups says empathy. So this is that reciprocity thing. This is making sure that you're receiving, because the empathy card to me, I know myself, is that when empathy worked against me, the negative expression of empathy is when you get involved with people with addictions. It's codependency and stuff like that. It's not being empowered. It's not being empowered. So just watch out for that. When you're not empowered, you might want to rush headlong into situations that aren't good for you. Instead, be the King of Cups instead. Be fascinated, be really interested, especially in your emotional state. All about that at the moment. Let's get the future cards out. Before I do that, one more for the future. There we go. Okay, let's get this last card out. Wow. Home in the sky. Beautiful. I'll just get the future card out before I show you that one. Okay. There it is. Oh, exciting. Right, so you've got home in the sky at the moment. This is like in between the worlds kind of a card. You've got houses which are very stable, but they're floating around on balloons, not so stable. You've got birds living in them as well. This is like the in-between. You're on the way to stability. You're on the way to that foundation. Like houses are all about solid foundations, right? But not when they're floating around in the sky. When they're floating around in the sky, it's very in that, it's like the Wands energy, isn't it? It's like dreams and passions. And you're actually bringing that, you want to bring these houses down to the ground and build them solidly with that consistent effort, that this is calling you to have, but also with that emotion. Your emotional stability is going to bring those houses down so that you're actually building something solid for yourself. I'm feeling like you're getting all of the support from the universe at the moment on this, because it's destiny. Your higher self is wanting you to get this one right this time, and so it's having you slow down, sort your emotions out, so that you bring those houses down. So you're building this thing that you've started off in the last couple of weeks, building them on solid foundations. So there you go, Crystal. Wow. If you do want to know all of these future cards in that reading, it's going to be a written reading. I'll go a little bit over what's gone on here in your past and in your present, just to recap on that, but then it's all going to be about the future one. Let's get into detail of that. That's called a deeper dive. Excuse me. You can book in for that up there. There's also a link for that in the description box below. I hope that helped you out. I hope you enjoyed that. And thank you so much for watching. Don't forget, I will have a half price sale at the weekend. I always do. So if you do want a past, present, future reading just for you, a private one, come along to my website, behealing.com, or come back to my YouTube channel and watch the weeklies. There'll be links for it in there. Thanks for watching, and I will see you next time. Bye. So if you chose the flower, then this one is for you. Let's just sage, get the energies of the crystals out, the crystal people out from the cards, and let's get on with it. So I'm going to do the past and the present in this video read, and I'm going to pick the cards for the future as well. And the future cards, they will be in the extended, so they that's a written version that goes with this. It's called a deeper dive. It's going to go into the future energies. So if it is resonating with you, this past and the present energies, then you're going to want to get that, because it's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars, to get your future part of it. So there you go. You got the Three of Inspiration and the Page of Materials out first. I'll get some more cards out, and then I'll go deeper into it, into these readings. What about the present? That's the past. Three of Inspiration, Page of Materials. What about the present for our flowers? And those two want to come out. Two of Voices, the Wheel. Okay, that was the Muse Tarot. Now I'm going to get a couple of cards out from the Light Seers deck here as well. Present. What have our flowers got going on in the past, not the present, the past. So it's the last couple of weeks that I'm talking about in the past. It could be the last couple of months, but usually it's kind of more recent than that. To give you an idea of why things have been happening, to make things make sense for you, you know? So that it all starts making sense for you, why you've been through things, why things have happened, seeing the bigger pictures that you know, where it's headed, where you're headed, you know, because we go through everything for a reason, right? Woo, we got the Lovers. Oh, interesting. And you've also got the Page of Cups too. Not very grounded energy, that one. What have you got coming in the present? What's going on in the present? I should pick the future cards out as well. So let's get a couple of cards out for the present here. Two of Voices and the Wheel. Interesting. Choices. Not necessarily seeing things clearly. Yeah, there's a lot of ungroundedness about this that I'm picking up on. What have you been going through, flowers? Let's get a couple of these cards out for you for the present. This one, Four of Pentacles. One more for the present. There it is. The Emperor. Oh, nice. Wow, yeah, very mixed bag here. Let's get the future cards out because I forgot to pick them out. A couple of cards for the future. So yeah, I want to pick these cards out for this future part of it now, just so that we've got them there. So it's like the same with the energy. So you got 3 cards there. Okay. You know, so that it's very much still a part of this reading, or rather than doing it later for you guys. Oh, okay. Another one of these for you in the future. So the future, I'm talking about the next couple of weeks. So it's like the next stage, what's coming up for you, or it's like the outcome from this past and present you've got now. There we go. Now let's get spirit animals out, and then we'll start reading it before I pick any cards out from the rest of the decks. I will be getting clarifiers as well, especially when it's the kind of negative cards, or when they don't seem to make a lot of sense. We'll get clarifiers out with the inner self guidance cards to find out what all that energy is about. So the past, Three of Inspiration, Page of Materials, the Lovers, the Page of Cups, Porcupine Spirit. Ah, yeah. Oh, now this is interesting. And the Hummingbird Spirit to be here now. Let's get the cards out for the present. You've got the Two of Voices, the Wheel, the Emperor, the Four of Pentacles, Scarab. Ooh, magic. You've also got the Rhino and the White Raven Spirit too. Magic, 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 and obstacles. Sorry about the obstacles. And future. Let's get a couple of these out for the future as well. Oh no. And oh, nice. Okay, very much big mixed bag there. Right, okay. So let's start reading it. Your past first. Leave the present there. So we started off with the Three of Inspiration. This is about building things up. It's about getting those solid foundations like that. You see the dominoes there? Have you ever made a domino run like that? You know, you need to leave a break in it like this. You need to do it piece by piece, set up those solid foundations, and then you join them together. Because if you do it as just one long continuous thing, then you need to start over and over again. You need to start at the beginning. Have you ever made one? And you learn that pretty quickly, or maybe not that quickly. I don't think it took me. I don't think I was that quick in learning that to have these breaks in there to make sure that it's a solid foundation, because you don't want to keep on starting over. There's something in this card you don't want to keep starting over. You don't want to keep on getting rid of everything and starting from zero again. But you know, there is benefit in that, in starting from zero. I've done it many times in my life. You know, I've lived in 4 different continents and I've got rid of all my stuff. And there is benefit in that, you know, there's a good thing in that. But this is saying you don't need to do that. You don't need to give everything up and start all over again, which is really interesting because you've got the Porcupine Spirit here as well saying it's time for a beginner mind. So it's like ground zero. I'm picking up a ground zero from this. What's happened to your flowers? You've lost something. You feel like you're having to start again. You're never having to start again. Yes, you might need to have a beginner mind, but a beginner mind is that's just saying like a perspective. It's not really a beginner mind because you've got wisdom. All the things that you've been through, you're not starting from zero because you've got all that skill, you've got all the wisdom. It's not a complete beginning consciousness, but a beginner's mind, a beginner's perspective on things. So you can start again without really starting again, if you know what I mean. You're not at ground zero. You've built these things up. So whatever has happened to you, whether a relationship has broken up for you recently, something has set you back. Maybe you lost a job, something like that. Something has set you back. You've got the Page of Materials, so you're starting again. This is very, very new. It's like new news of a new job or something like that. New news of some money coming in or a new project starting off, something like that. Somebody offering you something. But it's very beginnings, like the beginnings is the rose here, but she's just thinking of it. She's got a rose head there. It's just a dream at the moment of something new. You're very much at the beginning. You've been set back, but I feel like you've been stopped. I feel like you've been stopped because you weren't building the domino run on solid foundations. You weren't building breaks in it. You were always running headlong into things, putting all of yourself in it, and then you end up with nothing at the end of it. And so it could very well be for you flowers that a relationship ended and then you're like left with nothing. You're like, oh, I gave myself up completely. I put all of myself into that. I didn't hold anything back from myself. You know, when you get into a relationship and you put your all in, and then you know you don't have your own bank account anymore. You just merge bank accounts, and you're just all rosy tinted spectacles, thinking that everything's going to be great, giving everything away, and then when it ends, you're like, oh my God, I've got nothing now. I gave up my house, I gave up my bank account, I gave up everything. I'm getting that kind of thing. So either you were all in a relationship, or you were all in, kind of naively all in a business project or a job or something like that. Maybe you put all your savings into a new business thing or business opportunity and it hasn't worked out for you. It's something like that. It's something like that. That this is saying that you're not starting again because you've you kind of are starting again, but you're not, because you've got the wisdom from that, and hopefully you're going to learn not to do that this time. It's time for a beginner mind, not the naive mind. This isn't asking for that kind of beginner's mind. It's asking you to kind of grow up and learn the lessons from what you've just been through, so that you don't do that again, so that you have something for yourself. Have something for yourself. Now you got the Lovers card here, so I'm feeling like it is a relationship breakup, or it's reminding you of a relationship breakup, because if you do this in relationships, it's likely that you do it in jobs and stuff like that. You know, if you've got this energy of naivety, running headlong into things, giving away too much, giving everything up, not holding something back for yourself, and then falling foul of that, you'll be doing it in everything in your life. You'll have that pattern. And so just watch out for that. Watch out for that. What am I getting from this card? Let's put it with this Page of Cups, because this Page of Cups, like, his feet are dangling in the air there. He's just kind of so naive. Look at him. Look at his face. Pig's flying in the corner there. He's got these pipe dreams, and he believes in this perfect world, which doesn't exist. The world is always going to be a balance of positive and negative. And he's got these pipe dreams that he's trying to put out there in the perfect world. His legs are dangling mid-air there. He's just completely discombobulated because he's in a fantasy land. It's time to come down to earth. It's time to reattach your legs and not have them in the air where pigs are flying, because pigs don't fly and they're not ever going to fly. And if you're imagining a world like that, it's not going to come true. Now, it's with the Lovers, so maybe you're imagining a perfect partner, and you keep on getting into a relationship with someone you think is the perfect partner, and then it turns out they're not, because nobody is. We're human beings. Human beings aren't perfect. You're not perfect. I'm not perfect. Nobody is. You can never find the perfect partner. It doesn't exist. What we can find is someone that's very compatible with us. But it's got to be built on those firm foundations. Yeah, there's got to be breaks. You've got to keep something for yourself. You've got to keep your head on your shoulders. You've got to remain smart. You've got to be here now. Yeah. Hummingbird Spirit says, be here now. Fantasy. Fantasyland? No, be here now. Be the hummingbird spirit and be here now. You're a dreamer, Flowers. You're a dreamer, and it's not rooted in reality. It's time to wake up and grow up. Let's get some more cards out. Wow, what have you been through, Flowers? Let me know in the comments. So this is the last couple of weeks, or it could be the last couple of months. It just depends on your timeline, you know. It could be. You could be going through like a longer drawn out lesson than others. It tends to be for me when I'm doing these past, present, future readings. It tends to be the last couple of weeks. But I go through my lessons pretty fast because I'm a bit of a inner work junkie. I don't know how many readings I do a day. A lot. 100 maybe. Not all private readings. I do the Psychic Cafe and do lots of mini readings and the videos and private readings. But all in all, and the readings that I do for myself as well. All in all, it's a lot of readings every day. And when you're that kind of tuned in, things tend to go fast. You've also got inner peace. Inner peace with yourself. This is being good with yourself. You're not good with yourself at the moment, Flowers. And this is why you're doing this stuff. You're running headlong into things. You're giving too much of yourself into situations. What has been going on for you? It's not like a slap in the face, the universe saying, look, you've messed up. It's calling you to see what you're doing and see how you're kind of punishing yourself, what you're doing kind of that's not working for yourself. Isn't that true? Beautiful. Just notice that above the card there, shining out. Yeah, it's trying to get you to be happy with yourself, because then when you're happy with yourself, when you've got this inner peace, things are going to be a lot better. This seems to me, Flowers, that you've been asking maybe for that perfect relationship. Maybe you're asking for the one now, your twin flame, your soulmate. Maybe you're asking to move forward on your life path. You're asking for that, your business or your job now. And, your higher self is like, oh, okay, Flower's a bit of a mess at the moment. Flower's not really loving themselves. They're not really got the head on their shoulders. They're not really, I just can't give them that relationship yet, and I can't give them that job yet, because they're not ready for it. But I will get them ready for it because they seem willing. And so it's trying to move you toward inner peace at the moment. It's not a punishment. It is trying to move you toward inner peace. Let's get another card out for that. For the past, for what you have been going through. Dreamers, flowers, new beginnings. Yes, what did I tell you? Your higher self wants to move you toward this new beginning that you've been asking for. That's what it's all about. Let's get something out for your present. Some of these cards out for your present as well, so that I can do that shortly. Protection. Right, yeah. And healing chaos. Whew. And your future. Let's get the cards out for the future. Yeah, so you have got those new beginnings. I don't feel like they've started. I don't feel like that. I think you've been trying to start those new beginnings in the last couple of weeks, but it won't be starting yet because you're not quite ready for it yet. Or you might have had some false starts. You know, you might have met someone new or something, and it's just fallen flat on its face. You're not ready for it yet, and your higher self is trying to get you ready for the stuff that you're asking for. You're not ready for it yet, though. But we can get you ready, and we can help you in this too. Oh. Well, that's very interesting energies. Nice. For your future, yeah, so the new inner peace and new beginnings. This is about you feeling really secure in yourself, really confident in yourself. That's why you've got this stuff going on. Shall I get some clarifiers for that? What your new beginning? It's like a false start. That's what I'm feeling. You've been trying to run headlong into something, trying to get something to happen, thinking that you're ready and wanting it, but your higher self is saying you're not ready. Surrender and go within. Yeah. So the new beginning has got to start within yourself, heart within yourself. How funny way to slip up there. This new beginning has got to start within yourself, start within your heart. Got to surrender and actually go within. Give up the pursuit of the external stuff, that new relationship, the new business, whatever. It's time to sort yourself out within. Let's get some more cards. This is Rebecca Campbell's. All of these card decks that I'm using, by the way, they are in the description box for this video as well. And the link for the extended for the deeper dive read is in there too, for you to find out what's coming up in the future. But this is the past. Trust your path. Let's get another card before I show you that one. Trust your path. If you knew you'd be supported, what would you do? Soul family. Oh, nice. Let's get your present and future cards out. Soul family. Calling in your tribe. You don't have to do it alone. Right. And so the people, when you're in these energies of everything that I've just told you in these last couple of weeks in your past, the people that you will attract towards you, they kind of are your soul tribe at the moment, but then they're not your soul tribe that's going to be in your future. They are they're kind of in a mess too. They're kind of, tripping up too. And it's nice. It's like being at school, yeah? People making the same mistakes. Those are our soul tribe. But if you've been yearning for the right ones for you, the ones that you know are going to take you into the future, the ones that can stay in the long term, that kind of thing. This is your future stuff. Oh, yes, that's about the tribe too. So while you're at school, you're going to attract people that are at school too, right? When you're learning something. And so this is telling me, this soul family card here in your past is telling me that the people that you've got around you, they kind of are your soulmates at the moment because they're learning the same stuff that you're learning at the moment. And you don't need to do it alone, not even on lessons, right? But you're feeling, it's like you're looking for your soulmate, you're looking for the right people, those perfect people. And what you mean by that are the ones that are really aligned with your higher self. Now, first, you've got to get aligned with your higher self to be able to bring those people in, right? So they will be coming in because I kind of saw them in the future bit there. You've also got to trust your path too. You are being led. Yeah, you are being led to what it is that you want. If you knew you would be supported, what would you do? You are being supported. You're being led to exactly what it is that you want. I just want to get some clarifiers on that soul family there, because as I said, I was picking up the people that you've got around you might be annoying you because they've got the same lessons as you, and you might think, yeah, haven't I got over that yet? Haven't I healed that yet? Like, there's still all of these people around me that have got this problem. Yeah, you've got to let go of the past and clear within. So it is about clearing, it's about healing yourself, it's about letting go. You've got people around you that are healing too, doing the same thing. You know, it's like when I was healing my abundance issues, I would just continuously attract people toward me, and I was trying to convince myself that I'd already healed and already cleared it, and then I was just attracting more and more people with these same abundance blocks and stuff. They'd be like, oh no, I haven't healed it yet. It's that kind of thing. It's that kind of energy that you've got at the moment. They are your soul family, but they're not your soul family. That's going to take you further. Thai Air Force are in the air. We very rarely get aircraft over this island, but it's exciting when we do. Okay, let's get some more cards out. Wisdom of the Oracle by Colette Baron Reid here. Yeah, I got the cards out for the future there. Flowers. I feel like you've got something big coming because of this. It's always the way, you know, when we get taught these lessons. Oh, yeah, see, look. Well, that card wants to come out. You've got poised, so you are ready. You're ready for a change. You're ready for the next stage. It's like you're ready for the next stage of school, is what I'm hearing. It's not, you're not ready for that big thing that you think you wish you were ready for. You're not ready for that yet, but you are ready for that next step for sure. And it is fair. It is fair. You can't take any leaps, right? You just got to be where you're at. It's not like, oh, you know, you've mastered grade 1 and then suddenly you can graduate the whole school. You can't do that. There's no leaps to be had at all. There's no instant success. There's no leaps ever. We have to take it one step at a time. It is fair, even though it could feel unfair. I want to get some clarifiers out for that too, because I want to know how you're feeling it's not fair. Yeah, okay. You've got fulfillment and respect here. And so it's about the treatment of you. Yeah. What I'm picking up from this, you're not feeling it's fair what you're getting back because you're a good person. You are a good person. It's not about that. It's not about you being good. Have a look around you in the world. Is it just good people that have, you know, relationships and that have money and stuff? No, it's not. It's everybody. Everybody gets anything. And it just depends on your on what you're open to. Yeah, on what you're open to. So it's not about you being good. That's not how we manifest abundance, by being good. And so that's what I'm feeling. You're feeling it's unfair because you're a good person. You are a good person. That's not why things aren't manifesting. There's things for you to learn about yourself. There's things for you to get aligned with. And a big part of it is there's things to fulfill within yourself. There's things that you're here to give the world as well. And you know, the universe isn't going to give you abundance and everything that you want before you are fulfilling your purpose here, before you're giving that stuff out. It just won't, because then you're going to get bored. You're going to get complacent, not bored. You're going to get complacent. You're going to think, oh, I don't need to do anything now. I've got everything that I want. The universe knows that. It's not stupid. It holds stuff back from us. And so there are things that you need to do, but you've got this respect card out here. So it's all about self-respect. You've got to be loving on yourself more. Self-love is being asked for. Let's get a couple of cards out for the present from these. Oh, I'm holding them up there so that they don't fall on the floor like that. Okay, 4. Wow, 4 cards there. I'll get them out for the future. Here and now again, you know. Oh, they're nice for the future. Right, so you are ready for something, but you're not ready for everything that you want. That's what that poise card is saying to me. Let's get a couple of these cards out for you. The past. Okay, I've got a lot to say about that card. The eternal child it is. Oh, nice. The present, let's get the cards out for the present from this deck. 4 again. Oh, it's going to be a long reading, this one. The cards have got a lot to tell you. Well, Crystal's reading was an hour long. It looks like yours is going to be like that too, Flowers. Sorry. I hope you've got all day. Because you guys have got a lot to tell you. And don't forget, if you do want the future part of this, if this is resonating with you and you want to know what's coming up, you can get that deeper dive. What is coming up in the future? Come on, cards, give us something. There we go. Oh. You have got good things coming in. Right, okay, so the first card out from these. You got the eternal child here. This is that naivety. This is this. Yeah, the dreamer, the naive one, the one that wishes just the world would be a perfect place and then everything would be okay. And I'm a good person. And it's like believing in some of religious teachings that say, oh, if you're just a good person, you'll get everything you want. That's not true. There's everything in the world, and it's everything in the world is for a good reason. And so you got the prayer card out as well. So it's like wishing and praying and being the eternal child. There's good things about being childlike, right? And then there's bad things. There's always a negative and a positive expression of everything. And so the negative expression of being childlike is this, the dreamer, the naivety and all of that. Positive expression of that being like a child, the eternal child, is being open-hearted. It's the dreamer too, right? But not just the one that keeps it in the dreams, the one that gets out there and plays and does stuff and doesn't just imagine, just doesn't sit there in the room imagining, actually get out there and start playing and pretending and all of that and doing stuff and trying stuff out and jumping on the bike and things like that. And so this is what the past is about. It's you wishing and dreaming, but being in this naive kind of dreamer energy. Wishing and praying and hoping, but not really putting that action in, not really getting on with the learning. It's like falling back into victim mode and going, why didn't it work for me? Well, I think I'll do it again. I'll just dream about something and I'll just run headlong into it, and then, oh, it didn't work. And why didn't it work for me? I'm a good person. It's that kind of thing. It's going through this same cycle, and it'll just get you disappointed each time. Let's get some more tarot out. This is Beautiful Creatures Tarot. Now for the crystals, they just got exactly the same cards out that were the first cards that came out when I picked these out. Bizarre, huh? But I guess not really bizarre, because it's like sometimes when I'm picking tarot cards and say if something falls out, but I'm not sure if I've did it right, if it was just me being clumsy, and I'll put it back in, the same card will come out. If it wants to come out, exactly the same card will come out again. Got Five of Cups and regret. This is you thinking that you did something wrong. It's like doing the same thing over and over again, but then regretting it because you didn't get what you wanted from it. And so you think you did something wrong or you chose wrong. It's like, I didn't get that perfect relationship. I regret choosing that person. But it wasn't about choosing that person. It was about, as I said, we're all human beings. There isn't a perfect relationship. You're in this regret cycle. You're in this do the same thing and then regret it, do the same thing and regret it. It's like you're thinking that the action steps that you're taking are wrong. And so I feel like it's having you even more into this dreamer energy, getting you even more into this dreamer energy when you do that. You regret the action that you took, but really it's not that. It's the overall energy that you're having that you should be regretting. Okay, let's get some clarifiers out for that. Yeah. Okay, you've got no worries and mirror reflection to clarify this Five of Cups. So this regret that you're having for the action that you've taken that didn't seem to get you what you wanted, don't worry about it. Yeah, there's something bigger going on here. You're not seeing it. You're believing in the material world a little bit too much. Action, and results. No, it's all about your energy that you went in and took that action with. So you're attracting mirror reflections to you. Don't worry about it. You'll get it. Eventually you'll get it. You will get it. And hopefully this reading will help you get it too. What it is that you've been doing. Too many. But we'll take that one because it came out. Look at this card. It's a really good card, this. It's the Nine of Pentacles. But look how grumpy she looks there. She's like pouting. I didn't get what I wanted yet. Why? The tarot readings that I did last weekend as well, a lot in the fears position would be a positive card, such as this, Nine of Pentacles. I'm picking the same energy up as well. Wow, why would you be holding away what you really want? Why would you be holding away the rewards? Why are you doing that? Let's see, I need to get some clarification on that. Not very often I pick up on negative energy toward a positive card like that, but it's almost like it's in upside down position. I don't read reversals, I just feel the energy from it when it feels like it's reversed. Knowing and work. You know it will work. What is this? You've got an incorrect belief of what works. You know how I was saying you feel like a victim because you're like, well, I'm a good person. Why aren't I getting what I want? It's this energy. You think you know what works. You think you know what should get it. Maybe you've been listening to religious stuff, which it depends. Some of it might work if you're out of balance in a certain way, but yeah, it's very basic. The stuff that's in religions is very basic. We've moved beyond that. A lot of that stuff was written a very long time ago. We've evolved. We know much more than that. We're way more wise now. So the rewards, you think you know what should get you the rewards, and I'm really picking up that it's like, oh, you wish for things and you're a good person then, and then you should be able to attract the perfect things towards you, and that's not the way it works. It isn't the way it works, sorry, but it's not. Let's get some cards out for you, present. Yeah, I mean, wouldn't it be great if it was that easy, but it's not, because the universe, it doesn't judge us, right? Oh, you got 3 cards out. It's going to be a long reading. Let's get your future cards out. The universe doesn't judge anybody. It doesn't say, oh, I will give only good people food, and I will say that these people are bad and they don't deserve food. It never does that. It's like this whole place is a school and has the energy and the help for everyone, right? It doesn't say, oh yeah, first graders, second graders, they don't deserve a thing. It's only, 5th, 6th, 7th graders. No, it doesn't do that. It just doesn't do that. So abundance for all. Abundance for all, no matter what. No matter what you're here learning, no matter what soul level you're at, no matter what stage of enlightenment you're at, no matter what it is you're doing to other people. We all deserve love. And so the universe doesn't do that. And so to think that you can get what you want through being good, it's not true. And that's ignoring that, the universal principles that everyone deserves abundance and everyone gets abundance. And it might seem like, if you're believing that, then what do you think when you look around the world? There's some people doing some terrible things. Some people have a lot of money and they're doing some terrible things, and they're in relationships and they're still doing terrible things. It's like, how can you sort that out in your mind? Yeah. And so if that's true that they can have that, then it's not true that you can just be a good person. Now there is some truth in that, because when you're being good, when you can be the best that you can be, then you're in alignment with yourself, you're in alignment with your higher self. Alignment works for sure. Oh, I like that. Liberty card, that's beautiful. Let me get the cards out for the present. It's one of these. I can't remember what this deck is called. But I really enjoy this deck. It's got beautiful imagery on it. It's very different. I haven't seen anyone else using these cards to read with. When I found them online, I felt drawn to get them. That's the number 2 card. The number 2 card, for a lot of you, this is about relationships. It's like your higher self and the universe, they want you to get into a good relationship soon. But they're wanting to prepare you. That's what I'm picking up from that number 2. So you got the Lovers card out again. So for a lot of you, this is about relationships. Anyway, give me a card for the present. It's this one. Oh, beautiful. The future. Okay, so the past. Still, you got liberty. As I said, this is the number 2 card. And so this is about setting yourself free from patterns, from beliefs and things like that are hindering you from 1 becoming 2. So what a beautiful card. She's got the cards and the moon there. She's got a bird of peace behind her there, and she's moving forward into her freedom now. This is setting yourself free from all of those things that are holding you back from having that relationship that you really want. it might seem with all of these cards in the past here that you've got that you're some distance from it, but I don't feel that you are. I don't feel that you are. As I was saying, it's not such a bad thing, this wanting to be a good person and striving for that, because it does get you in alignment with your higher self. It does. And from that alignment with your higher self, then, yeah, you're well on the way. You are well on the way. So let's move these cards so we can get into the present. So that's your past. Let me have all of these as well. That's the past, that's the present. Oh, that's the future. Okay. Sorry, I'm just moving that. I've got the pile of crystals cards there. I'm going to put the crystal on top of that so I don't forget. Okay, that's the past for you guys. Let's get into the future. No, the present. Let's not jump ahead of ourselves, right? Okay, so first up, we've got the Two of Voices. Scarab Beetle. I thought we got, yeah, we did. We got 3 out for that. Okay, so first out, we've got the Two of Voices. This is talking about a choice. So this is your present, flowers. We've got a choice, and the blindfolds are on here. And just as we were saying in the past, you know what your blindfolds are, right? Now you know what you weren't seeing. You're in this kind of naivety, thinking that you knew the rules to life, but you've noticed that those rules don't work, right? So not for anyone, not for you, not for anyone else. 2, you're seeing the opposite is true of them. So those rules, this is about letting go of those rules, taking that blindfold off, becoming real, and actually doing what's best for you. I feel like that's the key to this. It's doing what's best for you, making the choices that are right for you, that are best for you now. So you do have a choice to make in the present. You've also got the Wheel. And this is beautiful because in that past energy that you had, it's like you were counting on blind kind of luck. And this Wheel of Fortune is turning now in your favor so that you can truly be lucky. And it's you that's going to create that luck. It's you that's going to let that luck in with a change, with this decision that you're going to make. You're going to make this decision. And this decision, it's not an external decision. It's not just like doing it again, wishing for something and then choosing someone new and then, oh, maybe my action's going to be right this time. It's not that. It's not going around. This is a whole new decision. This is like, I'm going to change the way that I do things now. I'm going to find a whole new approach. So that's where you're at the moment in your present. It's on this verge of making this new decision so that luck can actually be on your side. So you can actually get that luck that you know you deserve, and you do deserve it, and you do know that. You do know that. You've also got the Four of Pentacles here. Now she's clutching her purse there, clutching her purse with her pentacles in it. She's holding it dear to herself. And this is what I was getting from that. You've got to make a decision that's right for you now, something that's good for you. So if you have been like into a relationship, just putting everything into that relationship, ending up with nothing at the end of a relationship, it's time not to do that now. Keep your purse, keep your pentacles, keep your bank account, keep things for yourself, keep your own place, all of that. Get smarter about it now and make sure that you know that you deserve things for yourself. What else can I see in this card? Yeah, it's time to do things for you and have more for yourself and want more for yourself and be a little bit more independent like that. That's what's going to get you a great relationship for sure. When you're happy with yourself, when you're sorting your own stuff, you're solid in your pentacles there, you know. You've got you're just happy by yourself. That's when you get a really good relationship in. And that's when you'll move into a relationship where you don't give everything up for them too. So that's what you're being called toward right now, is doing stuff for yourself. And that could feel very tiring and disappointing because what you really want is a relationship. You don't want to do it by yourself. And the universe isn't saying you need to do it all by yourself. You need to be independent. It's saying you just need to sort this stuff out first within yourself, and then you can have someone. Because it's like you're in a dysfunctional pattern at the moment. You're only going to attract dysfunctional people in to do dysfunctional things with. You're going to be dysfunctional. You're going to give things away. You're going to be in that naivety. It's like the universe doesn't want you to do that. The universe wants you to have the relationship, but you've got to go through this independent stage first to become the emperor so that you're owning it. The emperor is the culmination of all the kings. It's the one that's got his pentacles sorted out, got his empowerment, his sword sorted out. He's got his, what else? Cups sorted out. Did I say cups before? The wands, passion sorted out, and all of that. It's just owning it all. Look, holding the king there, chess piece. Sitting on the world. Is that the world or is it the moon? It's just, or a beanbag. Anyway, he's all of the kings put together, so he's very balanced and he's mastered everything. That's what you're being called into now, to be the master of everything for you and for your life. Doesn't have to take a long time. As I said, I don't think you're that far off because I think you're quite aligned with your higher self already from the energies that I'm picking up for you flowers. Right, you've got magic works through you in the scarab beetle here, and you've also got the white raven spirit, trust in the magic. You've got a lot of magic going on at the moment. A lot of magic here. How is that? 2 magic cards. That's brilliant. It's awesome. 2 magic cards. So luck is on your side completely. Even in these lessons, you're being moved toward it. You know, you've got a lot of backup here from the universe. You've got a lot of guides behind you saying, this way flowers, this way flowers, this way flowers. It's probably why you're watching videos like this, right? You can overcome any obstacle. You've got it inside of you and you don't need other people to save you. Just hearing that message really loudly there. You don't need other people to save you. You've got everything that you need inside of you and you can do it for yourself. And I really feel like when you step into this independence, knowing that you can trust yourself and that you can do it yourself, then things are really going to change for you. You won't need to do it for yourself. So these next cards that you've got out, do we need any? No, I don't think we need any clarification cards yet. It all seems to make sense. I hope it does for you too. Got the protection card next, so you are being protected. Something has been taken away from you for your own protection. You were headed down a, I wanted to say dark alley then, but I'm not really getting that. You were headed somewhere and it wasn't quite right for you. You were probably trying to do the same thing again, and the universe has whipped it away, saying, don't do that again. Don't do that again. Right, you was love. You were trying to get in a relationship with someone else, weren't you? Weren't you, flowers? You had your eye on someone else, and the universe is like, no, flower, let me take this away from you. Because look, it's inside of you. It's inside of you. It's self-love time now. It's time to do this for yourself. Self-love is calling you. That's why you've been protected. So if you had your eye on someone else and then it just didn't pan out, they didn't want to go out with you, whatever. That's why. You've got healing chaos here. There's turmoil that's inside of you, that is. Let's get some clarification for that as well. So that's what's going on at the moment. You're healing that chaos that's inside of you so that you're headed toward joy, so that you can actually feel the joy. Yes. Emotional healing is what you've got going on at the moment. So you can feel joy in yourself, by yourself, so that you're really happy in your life, so that you can have that relationship that you really want. That's where you're at the moment. You're healing this chaos. Magic is on your side here. It's actually moving you toward what it is that you want. This new relationship. I'm feeling like it's a relationship that is what you really want. And what else? Yeah, all those magic cards that you've got. You've also got the Akasha card here. Your guidance is divinely guided. So you're probably chanting on videos like this, videos that are giving you all that information and signs, not just from YouTube videos or readings and things like that, but signs all over the place that you are headed in the right direction. You're being divinely guided and the right guidance is coming in for you. So that's great that you're listening and you're getting that guidance too. And so I'm getting from this about divine timing as well, that you're not behind, this lesson has come out around at the right time. You needed all of those experiences that you've had in your life to move you forward on that path that you're moving on. Yeah, your life path that you're moving on. You needed the experiences that you've had, even if you might think they were negative experiences and wished you didn't need to have them. You've got trust the niggle here. There's a niggling feeling trying to tell you something at the moment. Let's find out what that is. Oh, you got 3 cards. It's something that's making you feel not at peace. The niggle is something that's making you feel kind of not peaceful about something. There's something that you don't like about it. So you've got some kind of a judgment inside of you that when you look at something in the world or something in your past relationships or something about what you're going through right now, and it could be, well, I'm 49 and I'm still single. That's me, by the way. What's that all about? You know, is that something wrong with me? I shouldn't still be single at 49. Not that I haven't had relationships. I've had plenty, but I have been single for a long time now. Anyway, but it's something like that, you know, there's a niggling feeling and it's making you feel unpeaceful with yourself. And you've got to let go of that because your intuition is spot on. Your intuition has never been wrong. You know, if it is something like that about age and what you should have by now, where you should be by now, if it is about that, then, you know, let that one go, because I know with my life that age doesn't matter. It really doesn't matter. You've got to let go of those external judgments kind of thing, that you should have something by a certain age, or you should have done something by now, or you should never even have had these issues in the first place. You shouldn't have even had to have learned this in the first place. You should have somehow been born with it. But it's not true. So just keep on following your intuition. Sometimes we go through these lessons and things so that we can be a teacher for it, right? Look at my life. Maybe you don't know my life, but I've had a very difficult life, right? So much to heal. So much has happened to me, so much to heal. But now I'm a teacher, and I have been a teacher for the last 20 years. In fact, I was before that too. But there's a reason that we go through these things. There's a reason that we choose these hard lives kind of thing, to go through these things. And a lot of the time it's because you're going to be a teacher afterwards. So trust that niggling feeling that you've got. Delve deeper into it. What is the belief that's causing that niggling feeling and causing you not to be at peace with yourself at the moment? Because you know, like you do know, flowers, that your intuition is right, that you are getting those right signals. It can't be wrong, right? If you're getting those signs, those synchronicities, you're getting this guidance, it's all divine. It must be happening for the perfect reason, right? It must be where you need to be. So trust in that, please, flowers. Right. Oh, wow. Okay. Let's put these two cards together. First of all, you've got Unfinished Symphony. I wonder, like, a lot of these cards came out, yeah. Unfinished Symphony. And then what I wanted to say about this card was this. It's the never-ending story. You're going round in a loop. It's a never-ending story. It's an unfinished symphony going around and around and around, doing the same things over and over again, getting the same results, and then saying, but why isn't it working? Because somebody told me that this is the way that I should do it because I'm a good person and I should get what I want. But I'm not getting what I want. It's that kind of thing. You're doing the same things over and over. Now, I feel like that this is a relationship, so I want to get some clarifiers that they, as I said, when I saw that first card, the Unfinished Symphony, that's what I was thinking, is it's this never-ending story. It's this loop. And so it's so interesting that those two cards came out together. Okay. So what is this loop that you're in, this endless loop that you're in at the moment? You're in one again at the moment, or you're trying to get into the same loop again right now. I feel like you're not. I feel like the universe is stopping you from doing that. What was that card? What was that card? There was a card anyway that made me think that it's stopping you. The universe is actually stopping you from doing that again. It's pulling it away from you. Well, it's this. You've got own my idea and face the situation. So there's something that you're not facing up to. It's like, have you ever had a conversation with someone that just gets something totally wrong, but they're really adamant that they're right? It's like, that's red. No, that's red. It's like, no, it's not. It's blue. No, it's red. And they will just be so adamant. They're just so sure that they're right. There's no getting through to them. And I'm picking up this energy is that there's something you're so sure you're right about it, but you're not right about it. And you've had like all the evidence in the world that you're not right about it. But you're still owning that idea and you still think it's right. You were taught it and you really believe someone that taught you it. And that's why you're in this never-ending story, this unending loop. You're not facing the situation that person could have been wrong in what they taught you. I feel like you're not so far away from where you want to be, but there's some fundamental core belief that you've got inside of yourself that is just wrong. It's just wrong. And if you let that go and you are open to being shown the truth and what will work for you, that it's going to be that easy for you when you get into that. It's going to be so easy for you. Why is the other card that you've got out? So why? Why are you so locked in? Why don't you want to let go of that belief? Why are you so locked into that? For some of you, it's religion. It's a religious belief that you were taught and you're holding on to that, because who are you without that? It could be that. Look, there's wings. See that book there? There's wings growing out of that book. When she lets go of that book, it's going to transform into a bird. It's going to fly away. It's going to have freedom. She's learned something out of a book there. When she lets it go. I want to get clarifiers for that. The why. Why are you holding on to it? Something, it's just not serving you. It's about relationships. This romance card, you got release guilt. So there's something that's making you feel guilty about relationships. That could be a religious thing too. For sure, it could be a religious thing. You could have got divorced and your religion says that it's not okay about getting a divorce. Well, it's a very human thing to do, to choose the wrong relationships, especially when you got stuff going on like this. I mean, you've had this naivety. Of course, we should get into lots of relationships and learn about ourselves and become better in relationships and get on our life paths. Of course, we should. We shouldn't be locked into one relationship. We shouldn't have to, be able to find one person and then do a relationship. That's like saying, you should be able to leave school and find a job and then do that job for the rest of your life. You should be able to do that. Otherwise, feel guilty. You're being locked into something, into feeling bad about relationships and relationship failure. I say failure because it's incorrect that relationships should last forever. That is not a successful relationship. A successful relationship is one in which you learn and you grow. You love and you're loved. It's not the length of time. You can have a successful relationship that lasts a night. You can have a successful relationship that lasts 20 years and everything in between, or longer or shorter. It just depends what you get out of it. And so you've got a core belief here. You've got to get to the bottom of that, the why you're doing this to yourself. And it's about guilt and it's about relationships. That's what makes me think it's come from a religion. Oh, you have got another one from Colette Baron Reid Stack. You've got here and now. It's asking you to be in the here and now. Okay, past, present, future. Interesting. See there. Past and future in the present. You've got the here and now card in the present. What am I getting from this? You've come so far in the way that you've been doing things. You've learned a lot. You are where you're at right now. You need to recognize that. Okay, I am where I am now. I can't keep on doing what I've done before because I'm going to keep on getting what I've got. I need to recognize that maybe I don't know it all. Maybe there's something more to learn. Maybe I need to let go of some beliefs and be open to what is true. If I've had these untruths inside of you, and we all do, right? Be open to that so that you can actually move forward. To be in the here and now. What else have we got? 4 cards. You get so many cards, flowers. Oh, wow. Okay, I'll take these out in the order that they're coming. So first up, you got the storm. Yeah. Things need shaking up. This is the Tower. When something needs shaking up, when you need to lose something so that you wake up. Got a storm going on at the moment. But it's got good reason. It's got a good reason. Something needs to be shaken up so that you notice, so that you know. Yeah, so that you can learn from it, so that you can see it. So I feel like you've been going around and around in circles, this never-ending story, this unfinished symphony. And maybe this last time that it happened, it was more in your face, it was more stormy than ever, so that you can recognize it. It's like, okay, flowers, they just keep on doing the same thing over and over in relationships. They keep on getting in the same kind of relationship, doing the same thing over and over. This time I'm going to make it really bad to show what she's been doing. I had one of those relationships before I came to this island. Most selfish person I've ever met in my life. And I was in a relationship with them because I'd had a series of relationships where I would do the majority of the work, the emotional toil, the looking after everything, the earning the money, all of that. And then I had this extreme relationship to show me an extreme version of it, to wake up. Maybe that's what you've had, so that you can see it, so that you know it now, so that you That's why you've had that storm. Now, very interesting cards next. And so it brings you back to your heart, what's truly in your heart, and it's you that's in your heart. This is a call to self-love, for you to put yourself first and do something for yourself now, make something for yourself now, not give it up for, not give yourself up, not give all of everything that you've got for other people, not give everything of yourself, to have something for yourself now, to choose people that will do things for you, bring something into your life, uplift you as much as you uplift them, that will do things for you, that will add to your life, so that you can keep things for yourself. It's getting you into this self-love, wanting something for yourself. Look, there's 2 rings in this heart too, and there's 2 people in the boat. There's very romantic there, but this is about the heart. This is about you finding that in yourself first. And then the king comes in, the one that really is deserving of it. Now the king is someone that has a lot, right? And he's got a lot to give. Someone, this is like the Emperor card. This is like the Emperor card. This is what you're headed toward, is having someone like this in your life, whether you're a man or a woman, but it's just someone that has plenty to give, someone that's going to give to you. Give you what you want in a relationship. So maybe you've just been focused on what you want to give in a relationship. When you think about love, you're just thinking about giving love. You're not thinking about receiving love. So having someone that does that same thing for you. So if that is you, then just imagine being in a relationship with someone like yourself, someone that loves as much as you love. Just imagine that, what that would be like, and then expect that and get excited about that, because that's what you've got coming in. That's what you're being prepared for now. More tarot cards. You are going to get a victory. You are going to get exactly what you want, and it's going to be better than you thought. It's going to be better than you thought. You've got a victory coming in. This is the present moment, though, so you are actually getting a personal victory. Even in this, I feel like even in this reading, hopefully you're realizing what you've been doing. I know it's a general reading, this is for so many people that it's not going to be really specific to you, but hopefully you're piecing those pieces together and realizing what this pattern is that you've been in and where that belief has come from and that's been keeping you stuck. You are getting a personal victory at the moment. It's going to transform and translate to a victory out there in the world. You've got Page of Pentacles 2, reliability. Your financial situation is going to turn around. This is, I'm hearing, the herald of new things to come. When you start putting yourself first and loving yourself, your financial abundance will go through the roof, because you're valuing yourself, you're keeping something for yourself, you'll be doing something for yourself now. You're really valuing yourself and loving yourself so that it can come in there. The glare on my arm, but I can't see it in real life. So you got the Page of Pentacles, a herald of changes in finances, something a lot more for you. You know, love and abundance, they're the same thing. Grace, love, and abundance, it's all the same thing, because when you tune into allowing love in, it comes in the form of money too, because it's the same energy. As soon as you open up to receiving, it all starts coming in from all kinds of places. Love, money, everything, because you're open, because you know and you deserve it and you want it and all of that. And you've got the Two of Cups here too. Look at this. It's a very dark card. Can you see it? She's pregnant now, and she's got a bit of a partner has got a bird's face, the Cheshire Cat. There's something funny about this. It's like an offer of love that isn't quite right. Two of Cups is such a positive card, but this, she's looking a bit wary there as well. But then they always do in these beautiful creatures cards. This is a false proposition. That's what I'm picking up from this card this time around, a false proposition. It's like the devil saying, do you want to have another one of these messed up relationships again, Flower? You want to do the same thing again? Do you? That's what I'm getting for this. Watch out for that. You could have someone else inviting you back into the same kind of thing right now. Say no, don't do it. Keep on this path. Make it be about self-love. Because this last card that you've got out is to the moon and back. To the moon and back. That is what you are bringing in right now. Someone that's going to love you to the moon and back. Do you know how you bring that in? It's by loving yourself to the moon and back. It's by getting Getting to that place where you do anything for yourself. When you're truly loving yourself, when you're really, really loving yourself, doing the best for yourself, loving yourself to the moon and back, then you're going to attract someone and they will do the same for you too. I just want to get that Two of Cups because I'm getting a dark energy from that. I just want to get some clarification on that before we finish. Okay. So if somebody is coming in to offer you a relationship at the moment, it's just more of the same. It's more of the same. You haven't changed your energy. You know you're going to do the same thing again. Say no to it. But the reason that that's coming in is you are that. Be artistic. It's someone that's got the same patterns going on as you, and it's an overwhelming pattern that you've got. You do have a link with them, of course, because you're still in this old energy. You're just learning about it now. So you are going to keep on attracting. You know, sometimes people say, oh, it's a lesson from the universe. You'll get a little bit more of the same when you're moving out of an energy. And it kind of is, but really it's not. It's just an echo. It's just because you've got a bit of that old energy left, so you still attract it into your life. So just be aware of that. You could have somebody asking you out on a date, inviting you into the same old, same old. Don't do it. Just wait. Just wait. And if you're not sure that whether it's the same old, just wait. Wait. They'll stick around. Wait until you've done this inner work and start loving yourself. Because if they really do love you, if they really do want you, they'll wait. They will wait. And if they're still around, or if the push-ins don't want to wait, and that's overwhelming, then they're not the right person for you anyway. Yeah. Just be careful of that falling into those old patterns, because you're doing the same thing, right? You'll be doing the same thing again with this person if you say yes to them. Do you really need to go through it again? Wasn't the last time? Wasn't the last time enough? Wasn't it like extreme last time? I'm feeling it was. Flowers. To the moon and back is what you've got here. Start loving yourself to the moon and back. Do things for yourself. Be that independent energy. And then, what have you got coming in? If you want that deeper dive, then you can book that. That's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars. I'll pop it up there. And I'll go into all of these cards of what you've got coming in. If this resonated with you, you get that. So thank you so much, Flowers, for watching. I hope that helped you. And I will see you next time. Bye. Hello, shell people. And so if you pick the shell and this is your reading, I'm just going to clear the energy out of the cards here with some Palo Santo wood from just doing the flowers reading there. Not that there's anything wrong with the energy. But right, let's get into it. And so I'm going to, shell people, I'm going to pick out your cards for the past. So that's the last couple of weeks, the present, what's going on for you right now, and the future too. So in this video reading, so it's not too long, I'm just going to go into the past and into the present energies and the future energies. I'll pick the cards out for it, but that's going to be in the extended reading. So if this is resonating with you, then stick around till the end. And there'll be a link for that. There's also a link in the description box as well. That's called a deeper dive read, and it's going to go into the future for these cards, or for this reading. So let's have a look. Shell people. Got the Four of Inspiration up first. That's 4 of Wands. Really nice energy. What else have you got going on in the past? So the last couple of weeks, or if this is like a story, you know, we're all on different timelines. Sometimes people go through lessons slower than others, sometimes faster. So it could be the last couple of weeks, it could be the last couple of months, but you'll know how it fits in with you once I get into the reading. Just pick out some cards first. I'll use 3 decks first, and then we'll get into the reading for you. Come on, there we go. Knight of Inspiration. So that's the past. Let's get a couple for the present. Present energies for our shells. 5 of Inspiration. Lots of inspiration on the table at the moment. Lots of Wands energy. Very interesting. Okay, present. Another card out for the present. What have you got going on? This is the Muse Tarot by Chris Ann. 2 of Emotions. Oop. 2 of Emotions as well. Okay, finally some emotions out on the board. Let's get a couple of cards out for the future while I'm shuffling these ones. that deeper dive read that I'm going to do into the future, it's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars. So if this is resonating with you and you do want to know what is coming in the next couple of weeks or the next couple of months for you, depending on the timeline, depending on how fast you move through things, then you can just book in for that and I'll send it right to you. I will be doing a half price reading sale this next weekend as well, as I always do. And it's on my past, present, and future readings. So if you do want a personal version of this, check out my website, behealing.com. At the weekend, you'll find that past, present, future reading there as well. At the weekend. I'm starting to publish these in the week now. These pick a card reads before the half price sale starts, just so that I'm not publishing everything on the weekend, you know, like the weekend reads and all of that. So with these cards, the Light Seers deck, got the Magician, awesome, and you've got the Two of Wands. Ow, you've got the Two of Wands there. What about the Present? And of course, if you want a private reading with me, any other kind of private reading with me, then you can always pick those up from behealing.com. You've got the Nine of Pentacles out for the Present. Nice. Okay, I'm not really getting the feeling from this yet, but I will once I start reading it. The Sun as well. Wow, what a mixed bunch of cards. Let's get the future cards out. Oh. And this one. Oh. Okay. Wow. I'll just get Collarbone, Reed, Spirit Animals decks out, and then I'll start this reading. That was fast. You got 3 out there. The Moth Spirit, the Bat Spirit, and the Antelope Spirit. Oh, a very interesting combination of cards there. What about the Present? Yeah, a very mixed bag of cards that you've got out there for the past. What have you been going through, Shells? Wait, let's take those 2. They're the ones that jumped out first into my hand. For the Present, you've got Armadillo Spirit, all about boundaries, and you've got Koala Spirit. Spirit has a plan. Wow. The cards are a little crazy. You've got 3 there for the future. Oh. Oh, interesting. Right. Let's get into it. So the past couple of weeks, what has been going on for you, Shells? You start off with the 4 of Inspiration here. This is about a celebration. This can often be the card of marriage and stuff. And so if you've just got married, congratulations. But I'm feeling like for the most of you, it's not about that. It's about more, because you've got like a celebration of like-minded people here, a sisterhood kind of thing. It's coming together with people and celebrating. So I'm feeling like this could be something as simple as coming out of hibernation. That's not what I mean. It's not hibernation. What we've been doing with the COVID thing. We've been isolating ourselves. Coming out of isolation and getting together with your friends in some kind of a celebration that you could be doing that. I know we're out of all of that now here. The borders aren't open yet, but we're just living as normal. We're living as normal now. We're very lucky in Thailand. We had very little of the COVID thing going around. So yeah, you've had a celebration or a getting together with a group of like-minded friends is what I keep on hearing here, and it's good times. It is good times that you've been having lately. You've also got the 9 of Inspiration as well, and so this is very much it's the 9 of Wands, right? It's feeling inspired but almost there. It's like you're almost there. What could this be? You've been getting together, celebrating something, almost there. It's like you're almost at the end of something, almost completed something, almost, it's like a passion project is almost ended. This could be like going to school or something and almost being done, like that pre-graduation, getting together, celebrating. It's not quite over yet. It's something like that. Something like you're almost at the end of something that you've been working on for some time or something that you've been learning for some time. You're getting together, celebrating with those people that you've been on this journey with. Yeah, that kind of thing. What is it? You have to let me know in the comments. It's coming out for a reason. I mean, you're going to know if you've been through something like that, right? Let's see, what else could it be? It could be a work situation, a work ending situation, but more of a completion, more of it's that project is done now, that kind of thing is done. Now, you've got the Magician next. Now, look at this card. I'm seeing, this figure of eight here. Cycles end, another one begins. He's got the figure of eight on his head there as well too. So the Magician, it uses all of his power, all of the different elements, yeah, the ones, the swords, the pentacles, the cups. He uses all of it to create things in his life. So this that you're celebrating, this that's almost over now, that you're almost completing, that cycle that you've been in your life, it's a celebration ending rather than something falling away. I feel for the majority of you. It's leading to something else. It's leading to you creating something else. So something is going to be born from that. So like I was getting schooling for a lot of you. You've been learning about something, maybe not formal schooling. It could be formal schooling for some of you, but like a formal schooling, and that's almost to a graduation now, almost finished. And then you're going to be birthing something new, creating something new from what it is you've learned. So starting off a business or starting a job in that area. And for others of you, it could be like a relationship thing. So, or you've been learning in life, when you do like just like life learning, like life is a school, isn't it? So it could be, a project finishing something, some project that you've been working on, if you're self-employed or something like that, and celebrating with those people. But you've learned a lot from it, and it's like the end of that schooling. And then from what you've learned from it, you can apply, you can create something new, but it's creating from this wisdom that you've gained from that learning, that life learning. Now, what about relationships? If this is relationships, this is like the celebration of some kind of a cycle. For some of you, it's like children moving out of the home, that cycle. It's like a celebration, but then it's hard too, isn't it? When your kids leave, it's hard because then your life has got to transform completely and you've got to create something new from that point, because then it's like you're a single person again. Not single, but you know what I mean. You might still be in a relationship. But life changes completely when, you go from like motherhood and them always being there kind of thing to having all the time to yourself and creating something new. So it's something like that. You've had an ending. It's not like a ripped away from you kind of ending for you, Charles. It's more something's come to an end, but you're going to create something new from there. And so look at her here, the Two of Wands. This is she's contemplating. It's like she's planning on something there. She's like dreams. What she could travel around the world. She could get a combi van and she could travel. There's all kinds of things that she could do from this point. She could start something off. She could be that magician and start something off from this point. So you've had this kind of celebration ending lately. And you're at this precipice now of starting something new. At this decision-making stage, what could you do? What could you do? Do we need any clarity from this? I don't think so. You're surrendering at the moment. So you got this moth spirit, surrender now. That's like giving up, banging your head against the wall, giving up flying into that lamp that's going to kill you in the end. You know how moths do that? It's giving that stuff up, just surrendering that struggle. So if you are that mother, his kids are moving out of the house now, and things are going to be changing. This is saying like, don't keep on focusing on the past, on what you're losing now. Be in that celebration, but then say, oh great, now new things can happen. Like I was a half-time parent for a long time, and because I was living in Australia and Max was living in the UK, we used to do a year about. So I used to go through this a lot because the kids would be with me and it'd be a family at home, and then when they went away, I'd have to keep the home, so I'd pack all of their stuff up and then get housemates, and then my life would change completely during that year. And it was kind of nice. I had to do that. I had to pack it all away and then celebrate it and just say, well, now I get to be this. Instead of focusing on what I was missing, like, missing the kids. Of course I miss them, but But then I started enjoying this other life that I had now, what was available to me then. And then when the kids came back, I wasn't like lamenting my single life that I'd just, left behind. I would enjoy it with the kids. This is what it's asking for you to do, is like to surrender that now. Don't be in the past lamenting what has gone, what you're missing out on. Like surrender that and then see what it is that you're gaining now. You're gaining something now. And that's when you can step into that magician energy, right? And use it's leading you to something. A rebirth is assured. This bat says a rebirth is assured. So something really good is coming for you, Shells. Something really good. A rebirth. So something, something better. The new chapter is starting for you. And Antelope Spirit says that life is speeding up. So if things have seemed a bit slow, I feel like it's just because you're having to get used to this shift that's happening. There's a shift happening for you, Shells. But life is about to speed up. And I feel like it's when you get your mind set on where it is that you're headed now, where it is you're headed. Let's get some more cards out for you. These cards. This is Denise Lindeck. All of the details for the cards that I'm using, these decks that I'm using, is in the description box below. Right, you've got openness. So you've got so many possibilities ahead for you now. Openness. I got this out in my personal cards today. Being open to anything. It's like, when things are taken away from us, when we're facing that unknown, it's when we're open to all possibilities. We're open to anything. Anything could happen. When you've got that total freedom, when you don't know what it is that you're doing next and you're stepping into the unknown, that's when you're available for anything. It's the most exciting time that we've got in our lives. And so just try and tap into that, being wide open, because you've really got unlimited potential. You can do anything. You can do anything. But that's not saying like, oh, there's a million things for you to pick between, because your higher self will be pulling you toward what is right for you, something that's going to be really good for you, right? And so you do have some guidance in that, it's not just like, okay, choose between a million things, because that would be quite daunting. Your higher self will be trying to put things in front of you, those ideas, for what it is, this next chapter for you to create for yourself next. What else? In the past, success. A new kind of success is what I'm getting from this. I do want to get some clarification for that, because you've got success. This is the last couple of weeks, remember, that we're still in the past here. Be open to lots more possibilities now, and the success is, it's in the detachment. It's what you're leaving behind. It's what you're completing now. The success. Oh, okay, yeah. So it is. It's kind of. It's putting that cherry on top of it, isn't it? It's celebrating whatever it is that is ending now. It's a happy ending that you're having, and the success that there. It's looking back. Say if it's your kids that are moving out of the home now, you're looking back and saying, well, that was a great part of my life. They're happy, they're kind of well-rounded, the human beings. So they've got the mixture of everything. But it's successful. That's been a positive part of my life and of their lives. It's that kind of thing. And so including that success in the detachment, you're very much being asked to look on the bright side of this, that the good things are coming, right? Let's get some cards out for the present. Wisdom. Wow, you've got really, I feel like you've got really exciting things coming at the moment. Anyway, we'll see when we get to that. Oops. When we get to the present. You've got flow as well. Let's get a couple for the future. Oh, I've never seen that card that just came out for the future there. That's a good one. Right, so more cards for the past couple of weeks. What has been going on for you? So it feels like you're in a rite of passage at the moment. Life is changing. It's like a coming of age kind of thing. It's not really about age though, is it? It's just about different life transition paths. We go through different things at different times. Card just flipped over then. You got the crumbling and you've got get grounded, right? So this is your advice for the last couple of weeks for what you've been going through. Let's get some cards for the present. This is the Work Your Light deck by Rebecca Campbell. That card wanted to come out. The Great Gathering. It's all coming together. And that card, Mirror. And the future, a couple of cards for the future. Wow. And, oh yeah. Okay, so in your past, you've got the crumbling, so something has crumbled. I feel like you could be going through an emotional. You could be verging on the emotional. Maybe it's a mixed bag for you at the moment. Maybe some mornings you're waking up feeling like, oh yeah, great things can happen now. And then other mornings you're waking up thinking, oh no, I'm losing whatever I'm losing. It's ended now. So you've got this emotional roller coaster going on at the moment. You've got the crumbling. What are you clinging on to? The last couple of weeks, it has been asking you to look on the bright side of things. It's moved from this fear and the focus on what it is that you're losing and clinging on to, not wanting things to change because you've got success, right? You've got success. Like it is something good has happened, but now it's time to surrender that so that you can have this rebirth. So you've got a crumbling. What is it that you're clinging on to? Let's get a couple of clarifying cards. Yeah, okay. If this is about change, you're clinging on. This is find a new approach and is it true? If you can see those cards. Find a new approach and is it true? And so it could be that beliefs, you know when some people say, like somebody dies and then they say, oh, that shouldn't have happened. Well, every human being dies, so it's kind of ridiculous saying that that shouldn't have happened or it was before their time. Well, it obviously wasn't before their time. There's just these certain things when we're not accepting reality and we say things like that when it's just not true at all because, these things happen and they do happen and there's things always fall apart, things crumble, things end, and it's not that there's something wrong with that. But there's a lot of people that do cling onto the past and they think there's something wrong with death or things shouldn't end and things have gone wrong where it's never true. And so that's why you've got is it true card here. You're clinging on to, and it's other people's beliefs. It's not really your beliefs because your beliefs, your true beliefs, are aligned with your higher self. Your higher self knows that there is perfection in everything. And so, yeah, be careful of that. You've also got get grounded as well. Empaths, highly sensitives, connect with nature. Get yourself grounded. Get yourself grounded in reality. Change does happen, but it can be unnerving, and you've got to soothe yourself and you've got to ground yourself through these changes. It is unnerving. Like we don't like change. We're human beings. Like we don't want things to change. We do want things to change, but then we don't want things to change to get to the changes that we want. So we're kind of crazy like that. We are kind of crazy, but that can help you out if you're still in these energies now, these past energies, if you're still going through that, because I feel like you'll transition slowly out of that into the present energies that you've got here. Then, yeah, be sure to do that. Grounding, what can you do? You can get outside and you can put your feet on the ground, on the grass, or on stone, or in the ocean. Getting in the ocean is a great way to ground, especially if you're feeling emotional. Getting in the ocean is awesome. Or in water. Waterfall in a river, that kind of thing. If you've got access to the water like that. Right, let's get some more cards out. Colette Baron reads Wisdom of the Oracle for your past. I feel like it's kind of a gentle letting go for you. Time to go. Change, for sure. For sure. And by the book. What about your present? That card wanted to come out. Regeneration. Fork in the road. What about your future cards? One more for the future, for our shower people. There we go. Some healing coming in the future. Let's get rid of that hair. Right, so in the past you've got time to go, so change is happening. We know that already. Tell us something we don't know. It's time to go there. And you see this card, she's got a path. But it's just the path is only unfolding as she's walking down it. So that you can see like there's a little bit, you can see that there's a door ahead there and you can kind of see the path. But it's very faint. She's got to keep on moving forward, even though that she doesn't know where that path is headed. That's change, right? That's what happens when we're going through these periods of change. So it is time to go. It's time. It's the right time for you to move things forward. But this by the book card is saying do things as people have done them before. So people have been through this before that you're going through. And you can like ask them for help. You can ask them how they did it. You can do things by the book. You never need to reinvent the wheel. Yeah. People have been through it before. We might think we're the first person that's ever been through this, or we might feel like that, but it's never true. I just saw that this is the 11 card, so you might be seeing 1111. That might be the, that's the universe saying to you, you are in alignment. What's happening is right for you. I want to get some clarifiers for that by the book because it might be about getting support from somebody. That's what I'm feeling like. Again, you've got to find a new approach card for that. So by the book, there's an approach that you can take for whatever it is that you're going through. Maybe the letting go. Maybe it's like about letting go of the emotional attachments that you're struggling with. You can actually get help with that. The mystery path. The mystery path is stepping into the unknown. So if that is overwhelming you, stepping into the unknown about this change and stuff like that, other people have been through it before and they can inspire you or settle your mind or just let you know how they did it. Yeah, they can just let you know how they did it. So there is an approach to take that other people have taken before. It's going to help you out. And so do reach out. As I said, it could be just inspirational. It could just be someone that's been through it before and they've got a positive tale to tell you. That gives you inspiration, which gives you the faith that you are headed towards something good. You are, that there is light ahead. There's something beyond this. I'm not feeling like you're overly negative, but all of this past 2 weeks, it has been saying like move away from that negative. You do have a new cycle that's starting now, a new chapter that's starting in your life, and be as positive as you can so that you can, so that you can create like a whole new phase for yourself. Got 3 cards here. You've got the bridge, the shadow, and the unseen. Oh, interesting cards. Let's get a couple of cards out for the present. 3 cards there for the present. Oh, the sustaining, the warrior, and apocalypses. And there's the future cards too. You've got healing coming in the future. I'm telling you now. Bit of a sneaky peek. Okay, so you got the bridge between worlds, right? You're between worlds. And so you've got like the past and you've got the future and you're on this bridge at the moment, the rainbow bridge. It's not like you're dying or anything, but you are in between worlds at the moment. You're on this bridge from what was to what is going to be now. And this transition phase, it's the unknown, but there's a lot of like internal reordering and grounding and stuff to do. Just getting ready for it, getting yourself ready for it, getting your head around it. That's where you are on this bridge, just kind of getting your head around it. Now you've got the unseen, the unknown. That's what you're stepping into. See how faint this card is. The eye is there, but it's very, very faint. It actually looks better on the camera than it does in real life. It looks clearer on the camera than it does in real life. It's just dot work in real life, this card. But yeah, it's unseen. It's not fully formed yet. You don't know the big picture yet. You don't know where you're headed yet. It's very much the unknown, the bridge to the unknown. You're headed into the unknown. As I said, the unknown is full of possibility. Now, you've also got the shadow card out in this. I love shadow work. So shadow work, it's all about the dark side of us. Dark side. Is there any dark side really? Is there something wrong with night and something right about day? No, not really. And what I've noticed is with my shadow work, my shadow side, the things that I've judged in myself, well, they're a part of me, so they're not really bad. But everything can be expressed as positive and negative, right? Anything within us, any part of our personality, any emotion, anything can be expressed positively or negatively. That's just the way the world is, where everything is in it. And there can always be a positive and a negative side to anything. So there's something that's inside of you when you get this card out that you're judging, you're thinking it's wrong, you're thinking it's a shadow side of yourself. But it's for you to love it now. It's for you to love it. Or to at least accept that it's there and that it's a part of you, and so it must have a positive expression. There must be a possible positive expression. If you're judging something in yourself, 100% guaranteed you are negatively expressing that part of it. For example, I've got a lot of Aries in me, right? I'm naturally aggressive, and I used to be very sensitive to that, very sensitive to violence and stuff like that. And so I used to try and ignore that I've got this aggressive part of me. I didn't see anything positive in it at all. I thought it was bad, and I thought I should be just like spiritual and nice and all of that. And while I was ignoring it, while I was thinking it was a shadow side of me, it would only ever come out in the negative. And so with that energy of me pushing it down, saying, no, I'm not an aggressive person, it's wrong for me to be aggressive, there's nothing right about that, it's just a terrible thing and it triggers me, then of course it would come out. Of course it would come out. It would come out. I'd push it down and push it down and push it down, and then come out in certain situations when someone would trigger me. It would come out in the negative expression. Also, I would, with this energy, with this shadow energy of me trying to ignore that aggressive side in me as well, I would attract people that were negatively expressing it too. So I'd attract abusers towards me and all of that kind of thing. People with the same problem, I would attract that in with the shadow side. This is saying that you've got something like that. Oh, the cleaners are here. You've got something like that within you, and that needs to be accepted first. Okay, so sorry about that. Charles got a bit interrupted back then by the cleaners. But let's get back into it. So I was talking about the shadow side, right? So there's some shadow work to do in this, which means, yeah, I was telling you all about that. Now you've got to find an acceptance before you can find that positive expression of this part of you that you have been judging, right? And so in my example about the aggression that was in me, is in me, but I was judging it before and trying to ignore it, and it would only come out as a negative expression. Once I accepted that, I started doing Muay Thai training, and Muay Thai training, it's a martial art, right? It's like a mixture between combat and martial art. That gave me a positive expression of the warrior side of me, of that aggression within me, not just positive, fun, a lot of fun. And so I found that positive expression, I was no longer attracting people that negatively express it. I was no longer negatively expressing it within myself. And yeah, all great. So you've got some shadow work to do within this transition that you're in. Let's get a clarifier out for that. What is that about? It's about relationships. Yeah, it is about relationships. So you got lovers and touch. You've got something that you're ignoring in yourself. So maybe this transition that you're in has got something to do with relationships, something to do with a lover's relationship. Maybe a long-term relationship that you're in is transitioning now to a different phase. Maybe you're going through menopause too. I am. But maybe, yeah, something is changing like that. There's going to be a transformation. As I said, I kept on picking up for a lot of you, or for some of you. It's about children leaving the home. And of course, your relationship's going to change if you're still together. I mean, if you're in a relationship and that's happening to you, not a single parent, and that's happening to you, your relationships are going to change. Even if you're a single parent, it's going to change. Like, you can be your lover again. And so you've got some shadow work to do here, because maybe the kids being at home has allowed you to completely ignore this shadow side of you, whatever you're judging about sex, about lovers, about touch, that kind of thing, yeah? And it's time to bring that in. So this new chapter that you're going to be creating, that magician is calling in, could have a lot to do with you stepping into relationship again, especially for those of you that have been out of it. But shadow work is integral to that, so you might want to do some of that work. So let's get a couple of tarot cards out. This is the Beautiful Creatures tarot deck here. What have you got? Okay, 2 cards. You've got the Transformation and you've got the Lovers. Very interesting. Let's get a couple of cards out for your present. Okay, 2 cards out there, 8 of Cups and the 5 of Swords. And for the future, 3 of Pentacles. Oops, 3 of Pentacles that was. I just need to pick that. Wow. Oops. Okay. For the future there. Right, so in the past here, back to the present. back to the future, back to the present, back to the past. We've got the transformation out first, okay? And so this is this the death card? I'm not sure. Anyway, the transformation card in this. So you've got change happening. We already knew that, right? You've got change happening at the moment. I think this is like death and rebirth. It seems that way to me. You have change happening at the moment, and it is a good thing, but you know, you need to let go of the past to allow that new stuff in. You've got the Lovers card out in here as well. Did we have the Lovers before? No, we didn't. But yeah, I keep on picking up that it does have something to do with relationships, this change that you're going through, right? This says ultimatum. It's a choice, a relationship, the Lovers. A choice. There's a choice to be made now. What is it that you want? What do you want to experience in relationships next? You know, sometimes a lot of people just say, oh, "I want a relationship," but then they don't really know what they want. What, like, why? Why do you want a relationship? What is it that you want in a relationship? What specifically do you want in a relationship? I want to ask more about that. Let's get some clarification on this Lovers card. Why has this Lovers card come out? Yeah, you got to trust myself and include. So it's about you deciding what it is that you want in a relationship now. If it's relationships that are changing for you, or the possibility is for changing a relationship, what do you want? What do you want next? Like what would you like to experience in relationships next? Trust yourself and the decisions that you make there, and trust that you can have that too as well. Right, let's get a final card out for you. I can't remember what this deck is called, but I love it. The details of this are all in the description box below. I'll put them in order as well in this video so that you know which is which. Tiny triumphs. I like that. And present. Little wins. Little wins is what you've had. Yeah, I feel like you're going through like this emotional transition, as I said before, and it just seemed to be getting better for you in the last couple of weeks, you know. For the present, you've got transformation. And the future. Oh, great. They're going to do some work right outside of my place. And the future. Ooh, that's a nice card too. Right. Okay, so tiny triumphs. It is getting easier for you. It's getting clearer where you're headed. This transition that you're going through, it's getting easier. You're having these little wins. You're feeling better and better each day for this transition that you're going through lately. And so I like that. Right, let's move these past out of the way and get, this video is getting really long. Sorry about that. But hopefully it's helping you. Hopefully you're getting a lot of benefit from this reading. Otherwise you still wouldn't be watching by now for sure. But let's see what you've got going on in the present now. Let's put all of these out there. Right. That's your cards, Shelley people. Right, okay, so first out in these cards, you've got the Five of Inspiration. This is usually the card of struggle, but I don't actually pick that up from this card, that it's about a struggle. It's like looking at things from a lot of different perspectives is what I get from this. So in the present, you're looking at things from a lot of different perspectives. Maybe people giving you their perspective. You know, maybe you've got time now to talk to a lot of people and they're telling you their perspective on things, what they would do, their point of view on it. There's like different mirrors, looking at it from different angles, that kind of thing. That's what I'm getting from this, is that, you know, you're just open to possibilities. People are giving you information. Oh, you could do this, yeah. Oh, if I was in your position, I would do this. It's like, oh, you're going through that transition. Oh, this is what happened when I was going through it. That kind of thing is going on for you at the moment. Getting different points of view from people. You got the Two of Emotions here. To me, this is like an emotional choice that you've got in every moment at the moment. You can go into that negative, you can go into the positive in your mind, which leads to those different emotional states. And so this card is telling me It's like advice for the moment. Choose the better feeling thought. Choose the better feeling thought. When you slip into the negative about what you're losing, what you're leaving behind, what is going away from you, moving away from you now, the past, you don't feel good. Yeah. But when your mind is in the positive, then you'll start feeling good. And so you can make that emotional choice. It's like, no, I'm not going to punish myself anymore and think about those things that are making me feel bad. I'm going to make the choice to feel good now. This also could be a choice in partner as well, a two of emotions. It's like this, the two of cups, right? And so it could be a love offer coming in. But it's about, there's someone right in front of a face there, but they're upside down. It's just like having a look. Do I want you? It's that kind of thing. What do I want next? You're being asked to make that call now. What is it that you want next, especially in relationships? How do you want to feel next? How is it that you want to feel next? That choice is coming in. And then you've got the Nine of Pentacles. So all your wishes could be fulfilled. Your wishes, like maybe you're moving out of a time where you were doing a lot for someone else, and now you're moving into a time that's for you. It's for you. And so your wishes can get fulfilled. And like if it's the children moving out of home kind of thing, you could have, that might be 18 years or something of you putting other people first. And then you're asked, like, what is it that you want now? What is it that you want from life now, from relationships now? What do you want to experience now? It's like, I can't even remember. I remember when I had young kids, and you know how much work you have to do with young kids. And then when I broke up with my husband and then I went to having my kids part-time, I didn't know what to do with myself. I couldn't even remember. And that was just after a few years of always looking after someone else. When did we break up? I think my eldest son was 8. So yeah, we'd been together 8 years. So yeah, 8 years. I've always doing things for other people. I still had my kids, but then suddenly I was a single parent, sometimes with time without the kids. I didn't know what to do with myself. And that's what I'm getting from this card. It's like you can have your wishes fulfilled now, but it might be really hard to get back to what your wishes are, to remember who you are in your own right and what it is that you want. Now, for some of you, you could be coming out of a relationship and it's been about the couple. And now it's like, well, what do you specifically, individually, you want for your life now? What are your wishes that can get fulfilled? Because this is what's in the present at the moment. Your Nine of Pentacles, the universe is wanting you to fulfill your wishes now. And you've got the sun. It's beautiful. And so there's so much available to you now. The sun's coming out. This is wishes fulfilled as well. 2 wishes fulfilled card. Wow. This is like the most positive card of the deck. You've got amazing stuff coming, like really amazing stuff coming. You can choose it now, and you can choose these things now. This is like lots of different perspectives coming in, a choice to be made in relationships or in just your emotional state is what I'm getting. And wishes fulfilled. You can have your wishes fulfilled now. Your life can be about you now. Armadillo Spirit says set healthy boundaries. So step into your empowerment now. Make it be about you. Don't slip into those old ways. If it is other people that you've been looking after, being committed into a relationship or into motherhood, something like that, fatherhood, some of you guys. Yeah, if you have been doing that, then you will have to learn healthy boundaries now. It's time. It's your time now. It's your time to receive. It's your time to have what you want for life now. And it can be hard to break out of those cycles, right? And you need to learn healthy boundaries. As you do that, you need to learn healthy boundaries. So yeah, that can be tricky, learning how to say no, learning to break free of those patterns of doom for other people all the time and start putting yourself first on that. Now, you've also got the koala spirit as well. Spirit has a plan for you. So this, right? That can be daunting for you to figure out what are your wishes, especially if you put them on the back burner for 18 years, right? Or for however long. It can be really daunting to figure out what it is that you want. What are your wishes to even be fulfilled in the first place? Well, Spirit has a plan. Your higher self knows. Your higher self hasn't forgotten. It knows everything from the day you were born that you've wished for, and even before that, right? When you're in spirit form, because that's who it is. So it knows. So you're not on your own in this. You don't have to figure it out and then manifest it all for yourself. Figure it out, because your higher self is always going to lead you to that. It's always going to lead you to what you've always wanted. It knows. It does know. So There you go. I just want to get some clarification for this armadillo spirit at the moment, this healthy boundaries. Why? Why do you need these healthy boundaries at the moment? Yeah, self-love. So you're moving into this time of self-love now, so you got to clear out that putting other people first, loving other people. I mean, it's great. It's great to do that. It's great to love other people, but now you've got to balance it up to move forward with you and your life. So there's going to have to be some boundaries in place to self-love, of course. We can't love ourselves when we're putting other people first all the time. You've got to say no sometimes to love yourself. Let's get some cards. What's next? This one and this one. Right, so you got wisdom. The wise phase of your life. Yeah, the wise phase of your life. Yeah, you've gained a lot of wisdom from all that you've been through. It's been a very successful time that you've had. I really pick up on that. It's been a good phase of your life, but you're moving into something new now, and you're taking that wisdom with you. So you're not starting again. You're taking all of that wisdom and everything that you've learned with you, which is an awesome thing. And then things are flowing in your life from that point. So this is telling me the same as this koala spirit. Spirit has a plan for you. It knows what you want. Even if you don't know what you want, Spirit knows what you want. And so it's going to bring you those things that you want. It's going to flow it into your life. Let's get a little bit about those two cards. Like what? What is it flowing into your life at the moment? Oh, yeah, I guess I'm reading for too many people here for it to say. It says release guilt and love what is. So feeling guilty for transitions, feeling guilty for maybe for setting healthy boundaries now, loving what is. So whatever is flowing into your life at the moment, it's going to be different for all of you. It was a silly question I asked, really asking what it was, but it's going to be different for all of you. And so whatever it is that's flowing into your life, this is just saying, don't feel guilty about it. Just love what is. It could be that you're center stage now. It could be that you're receiving, especially if you've been giving, if you've been a mother or been say, a support person in a relationship, that kind of thing, taking care of somebody. It will be your time to receive now. The universe will know that. It will have a plan to have you receiving now. And then you might feel guilty about that, because it'll feel so strange to you when you were the giver for so long. It'll feel so strange. Yeah, and that might be triggering you. So you'll need to release the guilt for that. See, you've got the mirror here. Who or what is triggering you? What is triggering you as you're going through this transition? See everything around you as mirrors. Whatever triggers you is something that you've got within yourself. I think for a lot of you, it's going to be about the receiving thing again. You've got the Great Gathering here as well. It's all coming together, intuitive hits, your soul tribe coming in. You've got a big change coming. You're bringing in really good stuff, and it's all about you now and you receiving now. What I want to know about these triggers, what's triggering you? Apart from what we already know, the self-love and the releasing guilt. Oh, success. Success is triggering you. There you go. So you're not used to receiving. You're not used to it being about you. You're not used to it being successful. You're having to open your heart to that. Open your heart to yourself. Be loving to yourself. Expect success for yourself. Invite that in. Welcome that in. That success. Things going well for you. You receiving. You getting the good stuff now. Wow. I think the balance comes in, the universe never forgets. All that energy that you've been putting out, all the energy that you've been putting into the world, the universe never forgets that. And it's always going to hold it in escrow for you, like in a universal bank account. And it's going to give you all of that energy back once you're open to receiving, which I really feel like that's what you're doing now. You're open to receiving. You've got regeneration here. Now, regeneration, this is about, it's like a new start, but it's regeneration. It's something coming back. It's like a seed that was planted long ago is germinating now. Those forests that need to burn down, like they make the seeds, but the seeds can never germinate until a forest fire comes through the place, and then the seeds can germinate after that. So the seeds were made and planted a long time ago, but then there needs to be this fire, this intense heat that comes through to crack that seed open so it starts growing. That's like your transition at the moment. It's a regeneration. Like that's what the card, look at the picture on this card. I didn't even notice that. I'm like completely distracted from it, but that's what it's saying. That's what this regeneration is saying. It's forest on fire there. And that new growth is going to come from it, but it's the seed was planted before. Like, it's not new. It's like you're getting back on board. It's like you had one chapter of your life that was about you, a chapter of your life that was about you serving others or doing something, and then this next chapter is about you again, but it's regenerating from what you planted before. As I said, you don't need to make this stuff up again and decide what it is that you want. The universe remembers. So you do have a regeneration process going on right now, but you've got some decisions to make. So you've got this fork in the road, a decision to be made at the moment. We saw that with this it's an emotional decision to be made that you've got right now, and it could be a relationship decision that you've got. There's a monkey there. Don't listen to the monkey. Better off listening to the owl, right? The one with the wisdom. Or yourself, your higher self. Let's get some clarification. Okay. Don't make this decision. This fork in this road, don't make the decision while you have fear of lack going on. That's what this is saying. It's saying have patience. Don't make that. Don't jump into that decision. Make sure you're feeling really good before you do. Make sure you're feeling really positive before you make that decision. Don't jump into it. Don't jump into it. Have patience. That's happening right now, that fork in the road, that decision. Right now, meaning today or these days around it. It's very much in the now, the stuff that you're going through right now. As I said, people will be on different timelines because we all move at different paces, right? Right, what have we got here? That's right, the Sustainer, the Warrior, and Apocalypsis. How interesting. The Sustainer, right? This is like the mother energy. This is like the one that looks after everyone, the one that holds everything together, the one that sustains the energy, the one that holds the energy for everyone, the one that sorts everything out, you know? It's that person in your household that keeps everything together. It could be the mother, it could be the father, it could be somebody else, you know? Sometimes it's the children or one of the children, but there's always that sustainer. Someone holds this energy, right? That sustainer energy. Someone holds things together for everyone else. There's some people that just have that about them, right? You've had that about you. You've had that sustainer energy, and you're moving out of this phase now to a warrior phase. Isn't that interesting? Because I was talking about the dark side and that shadow work, and about my warrior, the warrior that's within me. Very much connected to this armadillo spirit, setting healthy boundaries here, because you bring that warrior out. You know, this is part of it, that inner warrior that you've got within you. Now, this could talk about you when you shift into that warrior energy and doing things for yourself. This one could say, like, you've got like a new passion project to do, something new when you're in that warrior energy, really empowering yourself and standing in your own energy. I really like that. So from sustainer to the warrior, and then apocalypse, through an apocalypse, right? Things breaking apart. So change. Look at all the snake references there. The snake skin, a snake shedding their skin. Going through this massive change right now. To step into the warrior energy. Why the warrior though? Why? Why do our shells need to step into the warrior? To gain respect, some self-respect and gaining respect. It's going well. So you're on this path to respecting yourself more so that you can be respected more. This isn't saying that you've been disrespected in the past. You might have been. I don't know. But it's not what this is saying in particular. That you need to step into this warrior because you're going to gain more respect that way. You know, it's when someone really steps into their power that we can respect them. Not when someone's like a pushover or a doormat. You can't respect people like that. And I'm not saying that that's what you've been, but in the sustainer, this motherly energy, like mothers, they don't get a lot of respect really. They're not really in their power. They can be, but I'm talking about that mothering energy, you know, when someone's just completely immersed in that. But when you get into this warrior energy, people respect a warrior. They really do. Because warriors, they've got their energy out there, full of themselves, confident in themselves. They trust themselves to wield that sword. The snake is through this as well, that transformation in there. So you're already on that path to bringing out your warrior. Maybe that's what some of that shadow work is about too. And to respecting yourself more, which brings in respect from other people as well. And With the Beautiful Creatures Tarot, you've got the Five of Swords. You've been defeated. So something you've tried to do or something you're trying to do right now isn't working. So this seems to me like you're trying to head off down the same path that you've done before. You're trying to backtrack. You're trying to go backwards. And you're going to be defeated in that. The universe isn't going to let you do it. It's going to say no. Let's get some clarification on that. Yeah, you're limitless. Right. You know that you need to move forward. You know that there's something better ahead for you. You know that this is a transition time for you. And so, yeah, you're limitless. Keep on moving forward into the unknown. Don't be afraid of the unknown. Don't try and go backwards. You'll always end up in defeat. Remember, your higher self, it is encouraging you and guiding you and putting everything in your path for you to have this. You're on its quest now. Look at that. How beautiful. Eight of Cups, a quest, and it's all about your heart. You see the fish? Yeah, I saw them as butterflies, but it's kind of coming out of a heart there, these fish. She's on a quest now, and it's all about her now. It's all about her and her heart and what she wants. It's beautiful. Really beautiful. So it's time for you. It's your time now. It's your time, and you are ready for this. I am sure you're ready for this because you're in this transformation time right now. Look at that. Butterfly heart. That's what I was seeing in this. That's what I was seeing in that. I didn't see them as fish at first. I saw them as butterflies coming out of a heart. Your heart is transforming now, and it's becoming about you. It's your time. It is your time, Shells. Wow. That's so amazing. It's your time now. Like this is beautiful. Like this is a major life transition that you're going through. Let me just get another couple of cards of clarity from that. And then we'll finish this. I think I've been going for ages. I don't know. Right. It's a vulnerable time for you, dear Shells. But you're going deeper now. You're going deeper into life. If you've asked yourself questions like, is there more to life than this lately? Yes, there is, and you're about to see it, Shells. Wow. Well, that's awesome. I hope you think so too, Shells. If you do want to find out what is in these future cards, then you can book in for that deeper dive. I'll pop a link for that up there. That's just 20 Australian dollars, which is about 15 American dollars if you want that written form, and I'll send it to you. I'll go into these here. But thank you so much for watching. I hope that did help you. Let me know in the comments, what is the transition that you're going through? Love to hear from you. And have a great week. I will see you next time. Bye.